we've got. Oh no, right. Okay, so we've got a Asher, a Twilight cleric.
Correct.
Valentine, a fighter. Orville, a ranger, and Rex, a sorcerer.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. And we have elected to claim some, I guess they are bounties to a degree. We've elected to go out into the wilderness, find some wolves, murder them dead, and bring home their skins.
More or less.
To try and persuade them to give up their skins without a fight.
It's certainly an approach. For the princely sum of 3 silver per wolf pelt. Yeah?
Cool.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So it is lightly snowing, and we've got a couple of options. The only option I suggest you don't do is follow the river, because other people are going down the river, and in this West Marches campaign, I don't want to have you mysteriously following them at the same time.
What are these footprints?
What are these footprints in the snow? But so the snow actually helps you track things. Like if you are out there tracking, the snow will help that. So to the north and the northwest, 9 Shriva, who is the chap who's offering these bounties on wolf pelts, has suggested if you head out maybe a day and a half's travel where the woods get a bit thicker, you might have a better success of finding wolves. There are no wolves this close to town. But yeah, about 20-30 miles out, the woodland gets much thicker. They might be found in there, is his suggestion. However, he's just a dwarf who lives in a little city, so who knows?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why don't we? So the campsite, Millie, that's 12 miles out. Is that any particular sort of campsite? Is anyone there? Do we know?
Well, in about a day's walk, somebody will be there. So in terms of the map that you're looking at, none of that info is available because they set out on the same day as you.
Oh, right, I see.
They're the notes that they've made when they've come back. So, so as far as we're sort of styling it out, that map that you're checking in on is blank.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can head straight north. We can veer off a bit. We can just wander around in the woodlands for a bit until it gets thicker woodlands. It depends on how you folks are feeling.
Well, what was the direction the guy suggested? Sorry.
He says the woodlands. So when you leave town, like there's sort of sparse kind of woodlands, corpses of trees, hilly kind of land. After about 20-30 miles away from town, it gets quite thick. Like the closest is 20 miles due north. The more west you kind of veer, it gets like a little bit further away because, the logging camp is directly west from here, and they've worked their way through a chunk of the land already. So he's suggesting, like 9, the guy who wants the wolf pelts to send back downstream to the big town, suggests heading north. You don't have to if you don't want to. I, just knowing the game I ran this afternoon, request you don't go directly west along the river.
Why don't we head north, and I'll fly up as high as I can see from as I go and keep an eye out for wolf tracks.
Okay.
By all means.
I didn't realize you were a tiefling that could fly. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
How high can you fly?
How high can I fly?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a limit on it.
No.
It's more about how high I can see. So I know flit a mile up and see what I can see.
All right, so it is lightly snowing at ground level right now. The higher you fly, the more sort of wet and snowy it is going to be. And to a degree, that's going to mess with your vision out that way. You sort of fly up a bit. You can see maybe, like, what is your perception? What is your passive perception?
Just 1 second. Passive is 16.
16. So yeah, you can see fairly, it's like not completely clear, not completely fine, but you can see like almost to the edge where the woodland's about 20 miles or so. Doesn't look like you can see anything running in between trees or hills or across the land. You can see everywhere is getting covered in this light white snow all around. And the clouds up here, you can see they don't look good. They don't look happy right now.
Okay, so I'll have a flip back down, suggest to everybody we might want to try and find some shelter. Can I roll survival and see if I can work out how long before the storm hits?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we can make a survival roll for that.
That is a 10.
I know, today. It depends on the winds. It's hard to tell. Today, it's gonna get worse.
Okay, so why don't we, when we find somewhere along the way why don't we head north, when we find somewhere along the way that's a reasonable site for camp, a bit of shelter, then just sort of like bunk in for the evening.
Okay.
What do you all
Knowing
think?
or thinking that it's gonna start snowing soon, do you want to like set off and move as fast as we can, or are you just gonna keep like a normal pace? Like,
I mean, we're supposed to be, I mean, how far do you go for a normal? What's a normal day's travel?
a normal day, traveling at normal pace will get you 24 miles ish.
Okay, I mean, we're supposed to be going around 20 miles, so we can go at normal pace and maybe we'll be somewhere in the wolf territory.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Otherwise, you presumably fast means you have to see if you're not feeling top of your game when you get there.
No, you can travel at a fast pace for.
Seems a bad idea, Joe Spear.
Yeah, you can travel at a fast pace for a day. That'll get you about 32 miles, assuming all goes well. It's only when you push past that will you start, like if you travel more than 8 hours, walk more than 8 hours in a day. And traveling faster will mean it's harder to conceal yourself, harder to look for things on the way. Traveling at a normal pace gives you opportunity to do other things while you travel. And traveling at a slow pace will give you the opportunity to like sneak, maybe track things easier, look for more stuff on the way. So it depends on like if you think like what you want to do en route.
I think normal pace. I'll go up and try and go up a little way and try and search for tracks. Just sort of 100 meters, 200 meters up, something like that, not too far. Has someone else with reasonable wisdom, I'm thinking maybe the cleric, could you what are the other things we can do on the journey? We could forage for food as well, couldn't we?
We can hunt.
And look for
Yeah,
water.
you
We
can
don't have tons
forage
of
and
water.
forage for food, and you can hunt.
I mean, if worse comes to the worst, you can drink the snow, just pack it into your water skin.
Yeah, that's true.
And we also have a bunch of spare ones, so, or from yourself.
How much food have we got between us?
I've only packed 3 rations because all I could carry.
I've only got a day's rations because I was planning on, like I say, I was out of
Wait, yeah, I've got 10 days food.
oh, okay, plenty.
I also have one
You
day's
yourself some
rations.
food then.
Yeah, it's hard. If you don't have strength, you can't bring anything. So that's fine. We'll hunt, and if we don't find stuff, then we've got rations for I mean, we're only going 1 day out, so between
Yeah.
we should have food to get back.
Okay. So we're going to take a normal pace. We're going to try and keep a watch as we're going. And other folks are going to try and do a little bit of foraging as we make our way across the land. Okay.
So if 2 of us search for things and 2 of us forage, that seems reasonable.
2 people are going to
We,
forage. And two
Yeah, I
people
Sorry,
would
are gonna-
Billy, is searching. Sorry, go on.
only
Is
you can
searching
really
different?
search because we're 20 miles away from where the wolves are. So you can do it because you can fly. The rest of us won't find any wolves or anything. That's what we're looking for until we get.
No,
much
I
further
was
to
just
the
going to fly ahead on the quite close to you lot and look for tracks because possibly we can't see them in the snow. But I was wondering with Millie, is watching out for ambushes the same thing as searching, or is
no.
it 2 different tasks?
So notice, threats, and searching are 2 different jobs, if you will.
Sure, I thought so. So I think
yeah.
we need Dennis watching for traps, watching for ambushes.
Okay.
I'll keep an
If
eye
that's
on.
okay, Dennis.
All right.
Aye.
So somebody's gonna notice and look for threats. Somebody's gonna track, essentially, look for a specific creature, and then the other 2 folks are gonna forage.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems a good plan.
Cool. All right. So we spend the morning in this light snowfall, moving along. All right. So Asher, you want to make a wisdom perception check?
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole 14.
Ooh, nice. Then where is my thing? There it is. Excellent. Nice. Cool. All right. Then can we have we're going to track stuff. So can we have our survival check?
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to be searching for wolf tracks and also for someone that looks likely for shelter. And I have a 21.
21. So you're fairly certain as you're searching, watching over stuff, you took to flight and that kind of stuff. Fairly certain there's no wolf tracks out here in this area. Either they don't hunt in these grounds or the snow is covered over whatever you might have found before. After, like, as you're looking out and you're also trying to keep an eye out for maybe somewhere to shelter, the snow covering, it makes it like a little more difficult to sort of spot these that kind of natural crevice things to see unless you kind of head out and poke things with sticks and stuff. So you're still of the opinion maybe heading towards this thicker wood might give a better cover, because at least the thicker woodlands will prevent the snowfall hitting the floor so much, and the foliage and stuff will give you a bit of a better kind of shelter. What else did we have? We're foraging, we're hunting, aren't we? Foraging and hunting as
2
we
people
walk.
foraging.
Yeah. Is anybody out of those 2 folks who are foraging, is anybody proficient in survival?
Not proficient, no, but not bad at it.
Okay. How's Valentine?
You're on mute.
So I muted myself to see if the feedback was me. Obviously it isn't. So Valentine's character sheet, I get +2.
Are you proficient?
I am indeed, yeah. So what's your bonus, Peter?
+2, but not
Right.
Okay,
proficient.
fine.
All right, so
I
one of
can
you,
offer him advantage.
yeah, one of you can roll with
Mhm.
advantage because we've got some proficiency going on there.
So Rex sniffs the air, his
Mhm.
ears twitch, and see to see if he can spot any movement, any rabbits, any squirrels, or anything bigger than that.
Yeah.
And rolls a 5. Oh, with advantage.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Let's do that again, shall we? 18.
There we go.
18. Excellent. All right. Roll me a d6 and add your wisdom bonus to it.
How do you roll a d6 on this thing?
On your character sheet down in the bottom left, there's a little
Got it.
d20. Click on that and it'll pop it up.
5.
5. And what's your wisdom bonus?
+2.
All right. So, all right, you must find, I don't know, a bunch of like a maybe it is a deer. I don't know, something. So because you find 7 pounds of food essentially, as you're sort of hunting, catching bits and pieces, maybe also gathering some foliage, some bits and pieces. As you're collecting and gathering up some stuff, let's see. All right, as you're gathering and collecting up some stuff, you just, as you're sort of maybe putting this stuff in a bag, your food away, you move some snow, some foliage, and it like literally leaps at you. This small snake tries to jump out of the whatever it is in the hole in the ground or whatever, tries to land its fangs in you, but is unsuccessful in its vicious attempt to poison you.
What type of dragonborn are you, by the way? Is in what color?
Nobody's a dragonborn.
Is it not? Oh,
No.
sorry.
I'm a shifter.
A shifter.
Yes, you are. I don't know why I thought you were a
Shifter.
dragonborn.
But yeah, this snake jumps out and tries to eat you. Misses you.
Rex wonders what on earth the snake is doing awake while the snows are falling. Right before
Magic snake.
Magic snake.
Right
Wizards
before
did it.
Hungry.
he
Hungry snake.
right before he lights a sacred flame on it,
No,
set it on
okay.
fire.
What does it need to do? Just make a con save? Or do you make an attack roll?
Dex 13.
Wow, okay.
Save.
Oh, it dodges. This
Oh my
snake,
god.
it gets 16. 13 plus 3, 16. It dodges out the way. Like there is this spark of flame on the floor with holy radiance, and the snake just dodges out the way. Now it has been chastised. Do you want to pursue this tiny poisonous beast,
No.
or do you just leave it to
I
probably
like not
die in
being
the
poisoned.
snow? All right. So the snake disappears into the snow, into the hills. And we continue our walk. As it gets to early afternoon, what Orville was worried about hits, and the snowfall goes from like light snow to much heavier. Visibility drops, like it becomes much colder and wetter, makes for a miserable afternoon of walking. Let me just look at something up here. Are we going to continue at our sort of regular pace, or are we going to pick up the pace to try and get ahead faster?
How far from the woods are we?
You've gone about 12 miles, and the woods were about 20 miles away. So, with a little bit of up and downing and rounding, you're about halfway there.
I mean, I think we press on. Is it looking like it's getting worse?
It's definitely getting worse. Yeah, it's gone from light snow to heavy snow.
I think we press on, try and get to the woods as quick as possible. Get some shelter.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I agree.
Okay. We
I'm
continue.
going to come down out of the sky.
Okay. Where is the? And are we continuing with our like looking for tracks? We don't need to forage, but you can continue to forage if you want. Is there anything we want to do for like the next 4 hours of travel, so kind of thing?
Why
I'll
don't we all keep? Sorry, go on.
I'll just quickly tap Orville on the back of his well, on his back, basically say a little may like the Crimson Mother kind of watch over you and give you my my vigilant blessing kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Well, is
So
that guidance or is that the eyesight thing?
neither. It's you'll have advantage in next initiative in case we need it.
Oh, cool.
Cool, cool.
Thank you, Evan. Now, why don't we all keep an eye out for threats? But apart from that, just get as much of a move on as we can.
Sure.
So presumably we'll be at a disadvantage doing that, but 4 of us keeping an eye out for threats should be fairly safe.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stick together and like let's hustle kind of thing.
Okay, we
Yeah.
close the group in. We're no longer stretched out like the Fellowship across the horizon. We're now this close horizon, and we've got our mule with us, keeping a tight lead on them. And we keep an eye out for threats. Cool. All right. I need so someone can make the perception check with advantage for the threats, and then I need somebody else to make a wisdom survival roll for like essentially a navigation roll. We're trying to make our way through the heavy snow.
Sure. I get +2 to either one of those.
I got a 5 to perception, but nothing to survival.
I've got good survival, so I'll do the navigation.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Okay, yeah. So you sort of keep yourselves like there's a few moments perhaps where you have to like stop and check out the area, make sure you're not the winds and you're drifting over to away and that kind of thing. But yeah, you keep yourselves on track. Who was making the perception roll?
I got a 21.
21. Excellent.
17 here.
Excellent. All right. So as this like heavy snow has kicked in and the weather has taken a turn for the worse, it seems like only that snake was the foolish thing out. Poisonous snakes and adventurers hunting wolves. So you aren't jumped by anything. There's no traps or anything around here. Or if there were, the weather has prevented them being sprung upon you. And just towards the evening, when it starts to become its coldest, we reach the tree line of this thicker woodlands. We can go a little bit further into the woodlands if we want. A couple of miles in, we've still got some time, or we could immediately now we've like got a shelter. Now we've got a break from the wind and the snow, a bit of cover. We could stop, crack out a fire and so on if we wanted to rest here.
I'd probably find somewhere to have a defensive sleep for the night.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. So
We'll go a little way in and see if we can find someone that's perhaps protected on 2 or 3 sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So we wander in. We don't find like anything quite so perfect on the rough edge of this woodlands, but we can find something that'll
clearing maybe with a bit of view around it.
Yeah, we can find like a ledge that we can either camp on top of or camp at the bottom of, kind of thing. Put our tents up to there, or something that's got a bit of shelter for a fire to keep going through the night as this wind sort of rages on, kind of thing. Yeah, so it's not perfect. We won't be setting up a campsite and renting it out to anybody anytime soon, but it's definitely a welcome break from the wind and the snow that we had crossing, coming out from town. we set up a camp. Are we setting a fire?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for the warmth and the snow, I think.
Yeah, you are all quite wet, so a fire would be most welcome.
If it brings the wolves, that solves our problem, doesn't it?
True.
Yeah.
One way or the other, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. We set up our tents. We get out some pots. Or a pan or whatever, and we cook some warm food, hot drinks, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Repack our kit, make sure everything is fine. Go over, our weapons and that kind of stuff. Make sure nothing fell out, got lost in the snow. Are we going to set a watch here in the woods, in the forest, or are we going to?
Yeah.
Seems appropriate.
100%, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. just check in. We might want to, we might want to just be, carefree and sleep easy.
What's everyone's passive perception?
15 for me.
12.
12.
Why don't we do it in 3 watches? Me and Dennis separately, and then you two with the 12 together. Just give you a better chance of not getting snuck up on.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Okay. Who's going first?
And whilst
Ladies first.
I don't mind going.
All right.
While we're all camping, I'll smoke that deer.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, Asher, you're first. Were you with somebody? No, you had you were going to do the watch all by yourself while folks are sort of settling in and having food and drink.
Aye.
That
mending
probably
packs.
should have you in the middle though, because you can see in the dark. Yeah.
True.
So
Yeah.
when it's full dark, you're more
Yeah, that's a
use.
good point.
Whereas like the dusk and the dawn ends can be the rest of us.
I've got dark vision too, so why don't we take middle and second watch, and you two take first?
Also dark vision.
Oh,
Oh, okay, you've got dark vision as well. Then smooth,
Yep.
isn't it?
We're covered.
I've built a fully sweaty character.
Okay. So what's the order then? Have we changed the order at all, or we? No, we're all good.
No, we've all got dark vision. I think it's fine.
Yeah, we're covered.
I don't, to be fair, but the other 3 do.
Yeah,
All right.
I have
Excellent.
keep the
torches.
fire going.
Keep the fire going. Keep the fire to back. All right. So, Asher, on your watch, are you just gonna sort of sit with your back to the fire and keep an ear and an eye out, or are you sort of heading out a little bit of a ways, making a watch, doing a sort of wander around the area kind of thing? Essentially, are you going to sit in the camp and use your passive perception, or are you going to actively watch and make a roll?
I will actively watch, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Make a perception check.
Watch this go horrible. There we go. A 7.
All right.
It's the number of
take your
enemies that you find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your
No.
own while you're away from camp.
Okay. So you can hear like the other 3 sort of bustling around in camp behind you. Now and again, a little bit distracted by the smells of this deer being smoked and whatever they're doing with tents and stuff, that sort of thing. Fortunately, nothing bites your face off,
Hey.
and no like monsters barrel through camp and destroy it while you're not looking.
Just your shins.
Just a shinzer. So the first watch is like the sun drops right below the horizon and sort of thing. Is quite quiet, quite chill. Who do you interrupt after a short nap? After they've had a short nap, not you.
I've forgotten the name of Matt's character.
Orville.
Orville. Sorry.
All right,
Nudge,
so you-
nudge.
So Orville will take the middle. He's gonna fly up into a tree, I think, and keep watch from a tree.
Okay, sure,
Passive perception and bow at the ready.
cool. So you make your way up a little higher. Do you want to give me a perception check?
Yeah. Anyone?
All right. So you sort of climb up and fly up into like the tree lines kind of thing, looking both out of the woods and down below, listening out for things. What you do spot is let me check on the map. Almost directly northwest from where you are, above the tree line, up into the mountains. This through the heavy snow that's still falling down. This white, purple, blue kind of light. It's definitely not like, as you kind of turn around, look over your shoulder, you can sort of see the haze of Swampass, which is like a natural kind of orangey glow. From the torches, from burning stuff, the same sort of glow from your fire. This stuff, like, and it's a way off. Like, it's not something you can wander over and get to definitely not in the watch. Could be a couple of days travel. But there's this huge, like, big white, blue, purple kind of unnatural looking light partway up the mountain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it a persistent light? So it's not something happening, it's something that's there permanently.
Well, I mean, when you were walking across towards the woods, you didn't spot anything up on the mountain that was that bright. You couldn't see it while you were setting up camp because you're inside quite a dense woods. You probably would have had to climb up. So you don't know when it appeared, but now you've come up to the tree line and you're looking out and around, you can see this brilliant white, blue light
Cool.
over to the northwest. Yeah. But aside from that, you can hear critters and creatures, probably some wolf howls or something somewhere. But none of them come to invade your camp on the edge of the forest.
That's a shame. All right. Well, when I finish my watch, I'll wake up. Who am I waking? It's Rex, and I'm sorry. Who else?
Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wake up Rex and Valentine then, and I'll get some kip.
All right. You folks, are you gonna again do like a patrol around the camp, or are you gonna?
Valentine is absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Rex, are you joining me, or do you want to take a different position?
I will join you. Did you say we can hear wolves howling?
Yeah. If Orville might have mentioned it, like then it's not like continual, but there was some wolves somewhere in the night.
Rex stops while he's walking next to Valentine and kind of sits down on his backside and head to the moon, starts howling as his furry beard bristles.
Nice.
And then stands up again and carries on walking like nothing happened. It's just normal. Wipes his feet in the snow, carries on walking.
Okay. Someone is very welcome to make a perception check with advantage.
Valentine would definitely rely on his own senses, I think. Valentine used to be a Marine, so for him, he'd think this is quite important. So I don't mind if you want to make your own. I don't mind. We can do that if you prefer, Rex, or whatever we pick is up to you.
I'll give you advantage by helping.
Cool. Is that shift then, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Or,
it is in Foundry. I don't know what it is on D&D.
Right click, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Right click.
Right click, advantage, and roll.
It's come a long way, this D&D Beyond.
I know.
Yeah.
I got an 11.
Okay. So
It
slightly
resets itself as well.
Yeah.
Like it goes back to a single dice. That's cool.
Yeah. Slightly distracted perhaps by Rex also howling like a wolf into the night. The oddness of that. You don't see anything that would perhaps jump out and kill you, and nothing's invading the camp. You do, as you come around up onto the ledge and maybe follow it round, give the camp a good tour, you do spot something face down in the bushes that you slowly become to realize is somebody dead.
So I use my rapier just to bar the to stop Rex walking, and then use it to point at the body.
Thank you.
I will I guess whisper like, do you want to go and wake everybody else up and I'll stay here and see if anyone comes out? Or if you prefer, I'll go and wake everybody else up and you can stay here.
I'll wake the others.
All right.
Sniff the air. Goes back to camp.
Did you smell anything?
What could I smell? Could I smell decay?
Yeah, a bit of dead, bit of, flora and fauna.
Rex says, smells like death.
Bit of campsite behind you.
In which case, I will hold my shield at the ready and my rapier at the ready as well.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
Defensive stance.
I'm just taking him literally.
Okay, so Rex head back to the camp, wakes the other two folks up. If they want to, that you can be like, no, just go away, I need the rest of my sleep, kind of thing. But he pokes you politely with a boot or something.
And says, there's a dead body.
Okay, it's not Valentine, is it?
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Maybe
Right,
now.
Show us. I'll come along.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come along.
Orville comes along too.
Yeah.
We head out a little bit of a ways from where these folks were doing this patrol, and there's a humanoid figure face down in the dirt. You can see they've got snow on the back.
Okay, yeah. Do they have any visible wounds? I suppose I would go over when I see them coming along. I'll go over and investigate.
We head over. Do you flip the body and that kind of stuff? Just looking over
think
the stings.
First of all, I would go to the body. Does it look visibly dead? I'm guessing it's not moving or breathing.
I mean, it hasn't moved. It's not breathing, and it's got snow on it, so it's been there for at least the day.
Yeah. I'll have a quick look around me to see, is this just bait for a trap? And if I don't see anybody, I'll roll perception if you like. Then I'll flip the body over.
Yeah. No, you don't see anybody around. You sort of get close to the body, turn it over. Underneath him is his kit, his explorer's kit, stuff he had. As you're flipping the body over, you can see his fingers, his ears and stuff, uncovered flesh. Something's been nibbling at it. This dude has been dead for a while, and as you sort of push him over, disturbing it makes the stink worse, sort of thing. You realize his skin is maybe a little bit bloated, and this was
okay. It's been dead a while.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What is it?
How much of him has been eaten?
Enough. I mean, he's still identifiable as a bloke who's died in the woods.
Yeah, it sounds like scavengers rather than what killed him.
Yeah.
Can Asha make a medicine check to kind of determine what killed him?
Yeah, sure.
Fire. 16.
16. There's no as you're looking over him, there's no big sort of wounds. He's not been in a fight. Nothing's he's not got stab wounds and stuff. Looking over him a bit, and where he is, he's at the bottom of this sort of cliff you've kind of put your campsite to. He's probably fallen down, and either exposure or whatever was making him stumble around to not realize he's just walked over a ledge has combined with falling over a ledge, and he's died. It's just misadventure rather than murder or
I was going
to
look through the pack and see if there's a lack of food or something like that explained, he just misadventured his way into the next life.
His pack. So there's a long sword on top, like in amongst his stuff. And also, let me see. What else has he got? I mean, he's got a bunch of stuff. So there's some rope, some rations, some torches, a tinderbox, a very soggy bedroll that looks like a lot of small insects now have claimed it. A water skin that's unfortunately punctured. Some of the dry rations, it looks like you could probably pull out and maybe salvage. The tinderbox is definitely salvageable. The rope looks intact. The backpack is serviceable. If you had the capacity, you could probably mend the water skin.
Got the mending cantrip.
Yeah. So you could probably make that serviceable. The torches themselves probably just need a little bit of time next to a fire. They're a bit, they've been under a soggy dead body. Some of it might smell, but and the long sword looks serviceable, almost like unused.
Does anyone want anything specific, or shall I just pile it all onto the donkey, the mule?
Pile it on the mule, I say. I'll quickly mend that water skin and hand it on.
I would probably suggest to people that if you only brought one ration and you can fit one more on, then you could take one of those.
Yeah. Well, for rations, we have 8. Shall I remove 4 for yesterday?
No, because
we hunted.
Forage.
You foraged.
Yeah. I counted those, so we had 7 pounds worth of meat.
Yeah.
So I added 7 pounds on, and then take 4 off.
Okay, yeah, sure. Those extra 3 pounds, they won't keep forever though.
No.
Just be aware of that.
Yeah. Hence why I smoked them. I figure we get a few days out of it. Eat those first. So how many dry rations have we got from Dead Guy?
As you saw through his stuff, you've got another 4 days rations collective, and this is like the dry stuff. This is not like it's not flavoursome great stuff. It's like hard tack and well wrapped jerky and that sort of things.
Okay, another rope.
Yeah.
Bedroll's not usable, is it really?
I mean, if you wanted to invest some time and effort into cleaning it out, and you probably need to like smoke it to get all the creepy crawlies out and dry it and maybe do a little bit of laundry and that kind of stuff.
We're not short of bedrolls, are we?
Yeah.
There's no bedroll shortage.
No, that's fine. Does anyone want the long sword, or could I have it, please?
Take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you carry it?
Can I? Yeah, I can just about carry it. I'm not that desperate. If anyone wants a short sword, then I have one spare.
No, I'm all right, thanks.
All good.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So by the time we've finished sort of going through this, we have a cleric. Does Asher say anything over this dead body, or is this like, fool? Is that
Right, not part of Asher's rights.
Okay. No sort of stuff. Does anybody else be like, rest in peace, idiot? We just head off. We have our breakfast.
Can Rex like roll him over, or can he see like is he human or?
Yeah, he was a human.
Human, huh?
Yeah.
Weak.
Yeah, definitely. Foolish. He's traveled alone, like by the look of it, because if he traveled with a party, why's he got all his kit? Is the first thing you'd think. Yeah. So he's traveled out this way on his own. Recently as well.
Was there any gold on?
No, he did not have any money on him, unfortunately. He just had his kit.
We should either move it or bury it, because it's next to our camp and it's meat. So
I mean, it's early morning. How long are you going to stay in this camp?
That's fine then.
This was in your last watch.
Yeah.
But looking at, like, when you think about does he have any gold on him? Looking at how, like, unused and nice the sword, the
Mhm.
long sword you've got, you gathered he's probably spent all his money on the stuff he's got in the hopes of hitting out this way and making it rich with abundant treasures, and fell off a ledge in the dark and died.
Nothing identifiable
wearing
on
it?
him that might like give us a clue as to who he actually is or relatives.
He doesn't, like, there's no signet ring with stuff on. He is, slightly tallish guy with dark hair, so he's slightly bigger than the average human. He doesn't have, like, arm tattoos, or it's hard to tell exactly what his face looks like because obviously scavengers have been at it. He's wearing, adventuring gear, so it's all browns and greens stuff anyway. There's no, like, rainbow sash of the Order of whatever on his jacket. He's just like
Poor dude.
a dead dude.
Yeah.
In a couple of months' time,
Was he-
someone might send a letter and be like, "Where's Kevin?"
Yeah.
Sorry,
Kev.
Matt.
Was he wearing any armor?
Let me just check on this. It looks like he's got a padded sort of jacket, like padded armor on, not like anything particularly. He too suffers the cost of encumbrance.
I'll stick the padded armor on the mule.
Okay, doesn't fit the mule, but
because we have
Just
plenty
like
of
the
space
front part or the back part.
Mule armor.
Armored mule.
yeah. But yeah, we sort of drape this stuff over the mule.
Squishy armor.
I meant load it on the mule, not.
Oh, okay. No, I thought the way you said,
Oh.
like, I put it on the mule. I
He
was
can
like,
have if the guy's got a hat, the mule can have a hat.
yeah, it's partly gnawed by some sort of creature as well. That's just gone straight for the ear. But yeah, some padded armor. Which probably he was also using to hopefully keep warm, but unfortunately,
He's clever. He
you're
just
just
put his
mending on the armor.
bedroll inside his jacket.
yeah, he was just
Just
wearing.
2 in 1.
Yeah.
Is it reversible?
Yeah, so we've got the stuff. We've got his sword. We've got his armor. That's a bit soggy. The sun is sticking its head over the horizon. We can see sunlight streaming through the trees, and somewhere between realizing that this idiot has fallen off a cliff in a dark or wet or rain or snow or something, we realize it's stopped snowing. And we can see these beautiful streams of sunlight coming through the forest. And when we find, like, space, we can see almost blue skies up above.
Cool.
So it's daytime.
Yeah, it's morning. Yeah, we've had our watches. We've had our night.
We had a long rest.
I'll quick fly up and see if there's anything above the tree line I can spot. Any obvious clearings or places wolves might be, like, caves or anything like that.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to start, like, trying to track them and stuff.
I will do the same on the ground as well.
Okay. Let me work something out.
Why don't we say 2 people hunting for wolves and 2 people keeping an eye out for ambushes?
Well, I mean, are we moving? I thought we were just like stationary and scouting around for a direction.
Yeah, that's my other question. Are you just going to make, like, trips around this camp, or are you going to head out?
I thought we were going to
head
do like
further into the forest.
Like, a quick 10 minutes, check around the edges of the camp. If you see any tracks, great, let's follow those back. Or, if he sees a cave or whatever, we'll go in that direction.
Okay, so we're just having
Quick
okay.
reconnoiter.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, yeah, let's make some survival checks.
Anyone for me?
All right.
And 13 for me.
All right, so we spend, and it's just like a quick look around, right? It's not like in depth. We're
Yeah.
not studying for this kind of stuff.
No.
We find, I don't think Valentine would find anything, but what did Orville get? 20 something?
21.
21. All right, Orville.
Sweet.
So, slightly northwest of where you're, or at least like the general kind of, you find like some almost trails, almost like game runs, that kind of stuff. And around there, and although it's like snowed and muddy and that kind of stuff, you find like, you know, evidence of wolf activity. So probably like poop, kills, that kind of stuff. Things that have been, I think they tarry prey. They sort of shake it rather than anything else. So, you know, that's sort of like bits where bits of dead thing have been flung left and right rather than anything else. So yeah, heading off northwest, you think maybe more chance of
All right,
wolf.
I'll go and get everybody and suggest we head off in that direction.
Cool.
All good.
So we're going to make our way through the woods, keeping our eyes out, looking for more kinds of stuff.
How far away does Orville think that is?
I mean, we had a quick look. We didn't find like specifics, so it depends on how much time you want to invest in looking at the things.
Oh, yeah, I just meant, you know, is it like an hour up to half a day? What sort of?
I mean, if you give him half a day to route around, a couple of hours to route around, he could get a good idea of what's in the area and where they are and like how big the pack is and that sort of stuff.
I just meant, well, how far does he think the place he saw was? But we can just go northwest, and that's cool.
What place he saw?
Did I misunderstand? I thought he saw somewhere. Like
No, he's
the
found
wolf
like a
signs.
trail, like a game
Right,
trail.
okay, yeah.
That
Okay,
the wolves
yeah,
have obviously preyed upon. There are some dead kills and some poop and that kind of stuff.
okay. Now I understand. We can just go that way then.
Like
that seems a
the
sensible
trail
thing.
leads northwest.
Yeah.
He could follow that for a bit, and you assume you would, if you spend some time following this trail, moving around the area, you will find more evidence and be able to make a bit of a more informed choice. But just a quick kind of route around in the woodlands gives you, let's head northwest.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought he'd spotted somewhere in the distance is what I was trying to figure out, but
Last night on his watch,
something close.
Last night on his watch, he saw a bright purpley blue light, but I don't think he's mentioned it. And also it was up a mountain. All
right then, should we go down the trail?
Yeah, let's head down the trail. Why
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
Graham and I? Yeah, why don't Valentine and I try and track the wolves? Asher, if you keep a watch out for danger, and can Rex perhaps sort of make a vague map so we know roughly where we've gone?
Okay.
Sounds
Would
like
that be
a
all
plan.
right?
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So a survival check with advantage, I think, and then a perception check. And Rex, don't get your map wet. Just keep it safe.
I put it in the bottom of my bag.
Okay, survival and mediocre 16.
Okay.
Perception with advantage as well,
So-
because we're both searching.
No, so only one. You can only make one check on your sort of walk. So if you're looking for the
Right, sorry.
wolves, that you can do that with advantage. You make your survival check because Valentine is helping you.
Yeah, with you.
Or
No,
you
sorry,
can help
I thought
Valentine.
protection was searching as well.
And then
Right, sorry.
Asher will do the perception, the keeping an eye out kind of thing.
Which was a 12.
Okay, cool.
How many purple worms?
How many purple worms?
All of them, naturally.
All the purple worms. Excellent.
It's a convention. We just happen to go there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love random shit. We follow the trail around. Valentine and Orville, you are absolutely certain heading this way. We are following a game trail. We're following some sort of stuff that the wolves will periodically prey upon. What we also sort of spot as we're going is some part, like we're getting a little bit deeper into the forest. Not so much of the rain and not so much of the snow has managed to hit the floor here. So trails are a little bit more intact than they were out of the way. And Orville, as the resident ranger, we sort of look over this. Some of these wolf prints, either the wolf is very big and therefore the print has become bigger, like the wolf is heavy, like fat wolf, or it's a big wolf, like it's a hench wolf.
Can't be a big wolf, isn't it? Let's be.
Yeah, it's a big dude. Asha, as these folks are sort of spending the time looking around, there's you spot what this trail might be on this trail now and again, as you see like 5 goats up ahead. Sort of, just sort of there. One of them every now and again looks around. These goats are just sort of eating something and being goats further up ahead, as Orville and Valentine are like, big damn wolf.
Is Rex with me?
Yeah, Rex is, like you're all mostly together. You're not more than like 15 feet apart, really.
I was going to say, if someone doesn't mind, you can, if you can kill a goat quietly, like I can't do it quietly. Mine makes a massive bong. But if you can do it quietly,
all the dead.
Yeah, we might be able to use a goat as bait.
Yeah.
Or if not,
we can eat
food.
I do have a crossbow.
That
do we
work?
kill a wolf, or do we? Sorry, do we kill goats? Excuse me, or do we actually just walk up to them if they're fairly docile and try and get a rope round one and use it as live bait?
I mean,
the Jurassic Park approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops out of the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's mildly incongruous that the goats are feeding on a wolf trail. I would vote to shoot them, but I'll take the party majority. So I guess Orville wants to go and catch one. What do Rex and Asher think?
Rex is happy to pew him from a distance.
It was my initial suggestion to go with just kill one.
All right. Let's fire away then. I guess we'll have a little 3, 2, 1 twang or whatever Rex is going to do.
All right, okay. So what are we doing? Valentine's going to try and shoot one with a crossbow, and then Rex.
A different one to Rex.
All right, 2 separate ones. Rex, are you
If that's
going to
okay,
do
Rex?
The one with a longbow, please.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to shoot 3 of them. Rex, how are you assaulting this goat with
Toll the dead.
Toll the dead? Okay, cool.
Right after let's do the quiet things.
Excellent.
I'll go last in case they all miss.
All right, so
Perfectly possible.
2 attack rolls, and what does the goat make that you pick? This poor goat, does he make a con save? Is it?
A wisdom 13.
Okay.
How do you do the attack? Do you just click on the crossbow, or
Click on
or is it under actions? It's under actions, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, under actions.
And then the
And
hit
then if you
thing.
click on the +3 button, it'll roll
Cool.
the dice for you.
Well, it turns out it's a goat from the Matrix, and I missed, I assume.
With a 6, unfortunately. And how does Orville fare?
I got a 9.
9. Okay. So right, we perhaps slightly mistime this as we 3, 2, bong. Goats run. Goats are like arrows hit the dirt. The goat that you target somehow got a 19 on its dice and is just like shaking a little bit.
What? That's a wise goat.
It's a wise goat. Like I point out that it doesn't get anything else. It just gets 19 on the dice. Does it take any damage if it saves, or is it?
No, it's
Okay.
a cantrip.
Nice. All right. So there's this bong echoes out in the woodlands. Goat and yeah, just flee. Asher, you're like, I could have done that myself.
Just glance over at Rex like, that's what I was trying to.
And the goats obviously panic and flee further into the woods. Because they're
Fly after a goat, please.
You want to chase after a goat? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and
get
get my crossbow bolt back.
You walk over to the dirt, pull this bolt out the floor.
Can we still see the goats?
I mean, yeah, they're sort of skittering. They move about 40 foot around, so they are
40 foot, you say?
Yeah.
Magic missile
Okay, you want a magic missile
on a
the slowest goat.
on a goat.
Orville is going to chase the goat, another goat. What is your speed, Orville? Can you?
I'm 30. I'm
All
going to take another shot at it then if they're only 40 feet away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will.
I'm
Where
also.
am I?
In fact, do I have to reload a crossbow? I think you do, don't you?
You don't have to reload. You just can't make more than 2 attacks with it in a turn.
Okay, I'll shoot again as well.
Because of the reload quality.
Yeah.
All right. So magic missile will hit a goat.
Guaranteed hit.
24.
Guaranteed. 24 will hit a goat.
I hope a 15 will.
15 will. Asher, do you just stand there while these 3 maniacs
I've got my
murder
hands
some
just,
goats?
my head just held in my hands.
Or do you be like, Toll the Dead?
Once
Yeah, I'll
you've got
join
a
it.
plan, you should commit.
I'll join in with it since everything's going off. I'll throw a Toll the Dead out there as well.
Okay. This goat is not wise enough to avoid the Toll the Dead. So folks can roll some damage on these 4 of the 5 goats.
3.
I do 10.
10. Okay.
I'm actually 4. My
4.
goats.
Nice.
I do 5-3-3 on the magic missiles. 3 darts.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So everybody, Asher, your goat survives after a moment. It's like weird goat eyes go wide.
Do not mess with that goat.
Yeah, its knees quake. And then it continues its fleeing. The unattacked goat continues fleeing. The other 3 die through various arrows, bolts, and magical means. 3 dead goats.
Yay.
And like also
This is our
like
first combat.
birds and little critters and everything has just been like, nope. Like the whole area is like, nope. And it begins to lightly rain.
Wonderful.
Cool. I'm going to put my crossbow away and go and collect my crossbow bolt. And we should, dress some goats.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my 2 arrows, and I think we should go slightly further on before we set up a trap with the goats, because
Yeah.
you just scared everything away from this area.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. We can take like 10 minutes to dress the goats we're not going to use as bait. And then we've got more food.
Yeah. Tea and bait.
Mhm.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Do we need to roll for how
So-
much goat meat, or are we just going to say it's X?
How heavy are goats? I don't know. Let's roll a D4. No. Yeah. No, D6.
I mean-
D6 plus wisdom again. Let's just keep it normal with the... Who's
Okay.
doing that? One person
I'm going to
can do
roll
that.
for our goat at least.
Okay.
Okay, I like the way it does that.
I'll roll for each other.
Okay. And then we're keeping one for the bait.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4,
Four.
he said, plus wisdom, so 6.
All right.
Just 4 for me.
All right. So we get an extra 10 pounds of goat meat to
Sweet.
sustain us for the next day and a bit. And then the other goat, the final goat, we sort of don't necessarily strip and cut up, but tie it and drag it or lift it through the undergrowth as we travel a little bit further into the forest to hopefully find somewhere where we can bait out some wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So we follow and we head we head further into the woodlands. We make an informed kind of way over leading along a ranger at the head. Do you want to make what would it be? Let me check my thing for this type of stuff.
Survival?
Yeah, wisdom survival.
With
So
advantage.
that's a 19. Looking for a nice clearing with a good spot in the middle and somewhere we can hide around the edges, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You do get advantage.
19.
I think Valentine was helping. Was that with advantage? Sorry.
No, that wasn't with advantage. Sorry, one more go then.
Yeah, roll again if you want.
Uh,
You don't have to. You can just take that if you want.
21.
21. Excellent. All right. So it takes us maybe an hour or so's move further into the forest. We cover, a couple of miles as we move along. We make sure we're far enough away from where we spooked everything in the area, kind of thing. Head into the land a bit more. Not moving too quickly, but but a couple of miles in. Eventually we set up on this place and Orville was looking for, like a clear kind of area. There is a little bit of a stream coming through it, sort of thing. There's dense enough woodlands at the edges for you to sort of orchestrate and set up a trap, an ambush, if you will. And then there's also it's not too far from the trail or the territory we think the wolves were sort of moving through. We've got maybe 4-5 hours of daylight left to make preparations, set up a camp not too far away, sort of thing. Depends on what your plan is here.
That's going to be a bit of a conundrum, I think, because we also have a mule, which is probably also quite tasty if you're wolves. And it's considerably bigger than a goat, I would assume.
Yeah, but we keep that hidden with us on the camp, aren't we? And the goats off in a clearing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just wondering if I was the wolf, would I go for the bigger target? But there's nothing really you can do with a mule, to be fair. So
You're muted, Matt.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. I'm trying to minimize the feedback. If we tie the mule up a few hundred meters away in really thick trees, and we've got dead goat, open it up, entrails out in the middle of a clearing, I think we've got a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the goat should be an easy target, shouldn't it? It's an easy meal. Hopefully.
I think I'm just going to open the goat belly, throw some entrails around the clearing, waft a bit of blood into the air, and go and hide in some bushes.
Yeah.
I will partake.
Sure.
The wolf?
Of the blood.
Entrails?
Of the blood. Mine. Right.
I think. Yeah, okay.
As the guys are doing this, Rex smells the air and salivates visibly.
He likes the smell of goat in the early afternoon. All right, so we spend a little time making sure the mule is tied up away from where we're going to be. We invest a little while in sort of making sure we're in the right position, our scent isn't going to drift across to where we think the wolves are going to come from. So we're in the sort of optimal ambush position. We get the goat in the right place. We sort of make it messy and that kind of stuff, and then we retreat and we prepare ourselves. Let's have somebody make perception check. Obviously,
Yeah, pretty high.
Collectively.
Yeah, should we? I mean, who's not rolled for a while? Should we have our cleric do it? You've got quite good perception as well.
What should all go wrong?
You can have advantage because you are other folks are helping, really.
Advantage? Cool.
Yeah.
It's still a 14, I'm afraid.
That's
14,
okay.
14 is good. We're level 1, remember? Let's not forget this.
True.
We are level 1. All right.
I mean, 14 is more than my number of hit points, so I consider it a high
And
number.
mine. Yeah, true.
Excellent. All right. So we sit there tensely, like, this goat has been dead for about 3 hours now, since we trekked through the woods. We set up this stuff. So we sit tensely for a while, maybe not both in the same place, but, close enough that you can either communicate one way or another or see each other because you know where to look, kind of thing. Watching over the area, listening to the sort of surroundings, kind of thing. And after a while, we hear like this maybe it's like a yipping and that kind of noise, like a pack of creatures together. And you watch on the other edge of the clearing, coming out of the woodlands, a wolf, like just as it's not twilight, but that sort of area where it, like, the sun is going to go down in the next hour or so that kind of thing. You watch this wolf and it quite cautiously sort of approaches the edge of the clearing, then like retreats a bit, and it comes out of the clearing, and you can see there is at least one other wolf kind of over on the woodlands as well. And it walks out and sniffs around a bit, heads over to the goat. What is the plan? Like, are we going to wait for it to...
Does it look like the big wolf?
It looks like an average wolf.
We didn't really discuss a plan, did we? So
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I'm thinking.
I think we go.
No, you go ahead, Matt.
I think we wait until all the wolves have their head buried in a goat, and then shoot them.
Yeah, right. Wolves are pack animals, right? So
Mhm.
either wait for more of them to show up or wait for them to drag the goat off. Maybe they'll go to a den where more will be. We can easily follow a dragged bloody goat.
yeah, and if they're asleep, we could probably kill them easier. Like, without like agreeing a plan beforehand, I would probably say that, like, when there's enough of them so it looks like we should definitely kill them, then that's when I would probably fire. Like,
Yeah.
when there's 4 to 6, whatever.
Okay.
Next time we'll have to remember we got the first part of the plan really well. We set the trap and then we didn't go, and by the way, this is the go signal. We're just like, all right, everybody hide.
Everybody hide and make sure our plan works. Oh shit, it's worked. Okay.
What do?
What do? Wolves here. Okay. So we've agreed to like wait for more of them to come out, or if it drags it off, we're gonna follow it.
Just like hand signals.
Go. So we very tensely watch this wolf, and the wolf is cautious as well. As it moves up to the disemboweled goat, heads over, and you can see it is nervous, kind of thing. It's not often it finds a free meal in the woods, just right out here in the open. But it does it, like, it stops, it sniffs, you see it sort of like look around, and then it then sort of like leaves the goat and goes back to the way it came, quite quickly, sort of like off. And we wonder for a bit if it's like, have we messed it up? Should we pounced on it then? What's going on there? And that's when we see coming out of the woods the bigger wolf. And this wolf is it's big, like unnaturally big, as it comes out of the woodlands. It moves across the sort of clearing, not not faster, but with clearly half as many footsteps as it's this other small companion. And you can see as this wolf is moving across the clearing. I should roll actually and find out. Wow. You can see like there are 5 other wolves come to the edge of the clearing. So you've got the giant wolf, the little wolf that's with it, that's 2, and then 5 more. So there are 7 of these, including the big one. And it comes over with this wolf who was clearly like the sacrificial wolf. Like, you go first and see if it's crap, mate. And it moves in, and the big wolf sniffs it around, looks about, and sort of picks it up, almost all of it in its jaw. Like, you know, it's a big thing, like this whole sort of thing, and shakes it, and it's a sickening noise as it's like tearing off like the back leg of a goat. Like, you can hear bone and sinew and stuff kind of rip and that kind of stuff. Maybe Rex isn't that bothered about this kind of thing. It's this, you know, it's
Rex is holding back a growl as much as possible. Just
will not howl.
But yeah, this wolf is you know, got first dibs on this goat, whether it's going to be much left for the other 5 fellas on the edge of the clearing, or what's going to happen. Who knows?
I will try and make eye contact with the rest of them, and I'll just like hold up my crossbow to say, "Are we doing this?"
Yeah, I think while he's preoccupied, let's go for it.
And I'll be like, "This, which one?" Like,
big one.
Okay. All right. We do that thing. 3, 2, 1, smash. All right.
3, 2,
works well last
bong,
time.
twang.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely going to get the counting right, and we're not going to tell the dead before we release the arrows. Yeah. Okay. So let's A, roll initiative, and then B, we'll work out what we're doing for our first actions.
Orville still has advantage on his initiative.
Yeah, with advantage, I managed to roll a 6.
How do you roll initiative?
Just click on initiative.
I can't see where it is.
It's next to your AC.
Next to your armor class. Underneath your
Okay, yeah,
proficiency.
+1. Yeah, I'm with it now. I should have rolled it. There we go. 13 for me.
Okay, let me just check. So what have we got here? Let me. Where is I need to. Right, 11 is and what do we got? We've got a 13, an 11, a 6, and a 5.
That's a motley collection of initiatives, isn't it?
It is. Watch the wolves all roll like 15 plus.
Yeah, the wolf gets 36. No, it doesn't. It turns out, Valentine, as you are like coordinating this attack, you are actually first in the initiative.
Okay.
Right.
I was tempted to shoot a small one to reduce the number of incoming attacks, but I'll go with the plan and I'll shoot the larger one.
Okay.
Let's see what we get. Okay, gonna guess a 10 doesn't hit.
I mean, it looks like it hits, but it doesn't, like whatever this thick pelt it has on it, it doesn't sort of get far enough through it to.
So it's more of a mobile comb than a crossbow bolt.
Yeah, it just sort of, and then it drops to like it slides out of the thing.
That'd be the scariest thing ever. You shoot something with a crossbow and just kind of sticks in and then just tumbles out like absolute zero. Yeah.
All right, so after that, this big dude that you shot looks like it's paying attention to the world around him. You are hidden though, so where is my other dice? Let's see if we can. Where is it gone? There it's gone. Let's see if you can sort of spot you. All right, so the wolf, this big wolf in the middle, sort of spins around, like sniffing and looking, and barks a bit. Doesn't quite sort of pick up on where a crossbow bolt has come from. Asher.
Asher will probably not ring the bells, but will cast Bless on her 3 companions.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
So they all got a D4 to their attacks and their saves.
Now we should have let you do that first. That would have been better.
I mean, you were just too eager, Valentine.
I was, yeah. Like 3C buff.
The wolves at the edge of the forest and with this wolf, they sort of react because the big dude is like reacted and panicked, and they also now start like looking and panicked a little bit, but they don't like know where you are or get to you, which gives Orville.
Okay. So a 14, and then I'll have my bless just a second. 15 to hit.
15, and we're aiming for the big dude, yeah.
Yep.
All right, that does get through. That does get through his armor class, so you do hit him.
And 6 damage.
Nice. Doesn't like it. Do you? So the thing I should have asked. I'm assuming you folks all stay hidden in the edge of the forest.
As much as we can, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
now.
So Orville, I'm assuming, doesn't like fly up over the treetops or move around or make any crashing kind of through the
No,
way.
not yet.
Okay. Rex.
So we're hiding, are we?
I mean, the other folks are. Don't feel like
Currently.
that has to be your thing. If you want to do shock and awe here, pal. Like
Rex begins to run at the wolf.
nice.
And as he runs, he sprouts a tail. His legs elongate, his arms elongate, his muzzle elongates, and he turns into this half dog, half man thing as he begins to bark. But the bark becomes like strange and like reverberates as he does Toll the Dead.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So what does our big dude need to make? He needs to make
Wisdom
a
13.
wisdom save. Lucky creatures this evening. That's a 16 he gets.
Okay, that's my bonus action and main action done, but I'm not obviously going to run up to him and square up to him. I'm still going to kind of
Be a little
edge around the
off.
periphery.
It's like
He's aware of me. But
skipping.
Okay. So yeah, you run out to the edge. Like how far away? Like from you to him is probably maybe it's got to be a good distance because we're using a longbow and that kind of stuff. So it's probably about 30 or so feet if you wanted to get how. Like,
yeah, I'd say about 30 feet. Yeah.
So you're staying. All right, okay. So right out on the edge of this clearing, like 30 foot to you, and then maybe another 30 to the rest of the pack. Cool, Valentine.
And he turns around and says, "Sorry,
Give us away."
Valentine. All these wolves are now looking at Rex.
Yeah. Well, better dead than Smeg. I will go and stand next to Rex. He's going to get swarmed otherwise, isn't he? He's going to get 7 attacks, which he perhaps won't survive. I'm going to shoot a small one.
Okay, I'm going to shoot.
I'm not very good with that crossbow, and I'd rather try and kill something. A B. What the? Okay. Okay, that's mildly annoying, isn't it? Perfect. So I'm going to hope a 23 hits.
Well, it's a crit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
20.
Yeah.
And you're shooting the normal sized.
I am, yes. I regret that now. As soon as I rolled the dice, I was like, oh. Anyway, here we go then. Oh, that's cool. I think it's changed the damage to 2d8 plus 1, which is great. Right, so 2 things are going to happen. First up, I'm going to use my Piercer feat to re-roll that 2.
Okay.
Bear with me. So it was an 8 and a 5, which is 13. And I get to add +2 from the fighting style because a crossbow is still a piercing weapon. So I
Mhm.
get 15, which again, I regret not shooting the big thing. But anyway, hopefully that removes one enemy off the field.
It does, yeah. This wolf that had come out to show the giant wolf, the big wolf, look, I found this goat for you, dies before it gets to do anything else.
That's good. That's good.
And you've moved out to stand next to Rex.
Yeah, I don't think, because obviously that otherwise it leaves Rex as the only target,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of attackers.
Yeah. All right.
And my last thing is I'll probably put my crossbow away and draw my weapon.
You are right. Now the wolf can see something that's obviously trying to kill it. It also returns the favor. So it moves towards you and Rex from the center of the clearing. So it closes that 30 foot. The other wolves at the other side don't get their turn yet, so they don't turn up, but you can see that they are like that sort of twitch to move. He is going to, all right, maybe I should do this in D&D Beyond. I'll roll a d6. If it's odd, it'll pick Valentine. If it's even, it'll pick Rex. What's that? A 4.
It's
Rex. So Rex is going to try and bite you. So he gets +5 to this roll. What does he get? 21.
That hits.
Sorry. And it's a big bite. It's a big mouth. It's 2d6 +3.
Shit.
Oh,
That is
Is this a
Right.
direwolf?
Yeah, it's a direwolf.
Fuck.
yeah.
This thing
I sort
gonna
of
die.
guessed, but didn't want to meta it.
9. Yeah, 12 points of damage as he bites you.
It's not. It didn't roll with the advantage, did it?
No.
Okay. Then I'm down.
Okay. All right. So he just comes in, just sinks its jaw around Rex, and you hear him like the wind leave him, and he drops him on the floor. Because after that he makes a strength saving throw. Well, he causes you to make a strength saving throw, or you're knocked prone. He doesn't keep hold of you. So yeah, he sort of bites into him, shakes Rex around, and drops him on the floor.
Well, shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
Asher.
Hi. Asha will. Well, we're not making. No. I have.
sorry, was
one
it not me before Asher?
Asher's on 11.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Then
sick.
yeah, you're on 6. Yeah, so Asher.
Oh, yeah, because Rex ran out in the first round, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's what's
Rex
confusing me.
He was
ran
the
out at the
last one
end,
of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Valentine caught up with him at the beginning of round 2.
Got
How
it.
much damage did you say you did to me?
12.
What did I roll?
12.
Okay.
12. Yeah, it was 9 + 3.
Damn it. 1 out.
I realize I'm rolling on people's things. I need to open I haven't made an encounter. That's why it looks like people are rolling these dice. So yeah. Okay.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention, to be fair. Does anyone have healing spells? Whose question we should have asked before the fight, but here we are.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy just died, I think.
Unconscious.
He's not dead. He's just on 0 hit
Give it
points.
time.
Asher.
Asha runs up and flanks our fighter at the front. Throws a barrel at the wolf. Hope wisdom 13. Save, please.
It gets 6.
That does not save. Now it was injured before, right? So
Yes, he's
so
already
it gets
taken
the-
some damage.
Gets the D12 damage,
Nice.
which is a 6.
Okay, cool.
And then with the bonus action, we'll quickly do a healing word on Beast
Rex.
Boy for a 7.
Nice.
Nice.
But that is me out of spells.
Oh, shit.
We're all level 1. And
Don't
at least
forget
he's back on.
who's blessed here.
You are.
Okay. All right.
That would have been handy if you'd have needed to make death saves.
Yeah.
All right, so you get 7 hit points. You find yourself bleeding slightly, and on the floor, you're prone, Rex.
Okay.
After that, it is the other wolves who need to make the dash action to get all the way across, and so they arrive just behind the dire wolf, as we now know what it is. So yeah, they move up behind, and there's now a pack, all of them growling. This big dude growling the most. Orville.
I will fly 30 feet up in the air, please.
Okay.
And I'll shoot the big wolf, hoping that if we can bring him down, the rest will flee. And I roll a 16 to hit.
That hits him, yeah.
And then a 11 damage.
All right.
That's me
Rex.
done.
Rex is going to magic missile. Would you count bless towards a skill?
Let's.
I know it says attack roll.
Let's read
It's
the.
a skills and ability check, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends. Yeah.
All right. I'll forego the interesting one. I'll do the boring one, and I'll do magic missile.
Okay.
At the big guy.
Okay. Just like die.
So that's 5, 4, and 4.
Nice.
13 points of magic missile in him.
You big mother.
You big horrible thing. Let me just check. Okay, cool. This wolf does not look happy, but his face is covered in
Nor
blood.
should he.
That brief moment, your friends set upon him, Valentine, and it's not looking well.
Cool.
What do you do? There are now this big wolf and then 5 other wolves behind it.
I'm going to try and hit the big wolf, I guess, then. I think that the theory of maybe the rest will piss off, although they're money as well, but, we can always follow them. I'll try and hit the big wolf as well with my rapier.
Okay.
Ugh, a 12?
12, no, it doesn't quite make it.
That plus bless?
Oh, yeah, you got blessed.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. It's a D4, is it?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
How about a 16?
A 16 does.
Yay,
Excellent.
bless.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bless
bless.
matters.
Thank you.
Blood
lady.
blessing.
So I'll keep the 6. That's a 13 because I get to add 2 because of the duelist thingy. Or
Okay,
maybe
cool.
that's already added in. I don't know. I didn't really.
Plus 5 you've got to the roll.
So my strength is plus 3. Do you add your proficiency to damage? I haven't played. a
No,
martial
so it's
before.
got the thing already
It's got it
added in.
added in, and that's fine. Yeah, so I do
Yeah.
11 points of damage. It does mean I did 2 less last time then, so I would have got, I don't know, 13 instead of 15 maybe on the single wolf.
No, I don't think you would have.
Okay, I think I added 2 on last time. You see, I didn't realize. It was
Oh, okay. You
included.
didn't realize it was either way.
No.
Even taking 2 off, it would have killed the wolf.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah,
Valentine, Valentine is like, shit got real. Lunges forward at this dire wolf. And yeah, you do 11 points of damage, which is enough to like put it down. You like lunge forward into its like, I don't know, chest and sink your rapier in. And as you like with your other hand, you have a shield?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so with your shield, you like push it back and it sort of staggers to the floor. It doesn't get a go. So it moves straight onto Asher.
Sweet. I will pick a random wolf and let it hear some music.
Oh, okay.
None of them are injured, right? They're all still full health.
No, these wolves are all fine.
All right. Wisdom 13 save.
Wolves have +1. I did not know that.
Wise wolves.
Wise wolves. It gets 14. It gets a 13
It
+1.
saves.
Yeah, but there is this boom.
It grooves with the music.
Perhaps it isn't paying attention because the dire wolf has just died and it's a bit like the funk.
Fair.
All right. So the dire wolf has died. This bell rings out. There are 5 wolves.
And 4 lights.
I remain flanked with Valentine.
Yeah. Either they're not sure whether the wolf is dead. The dire is essentially like the one in charge of the pack. Really, either they're not sure if it's dead or not, or they are like stubborn,
Angry.
because 5 of them, the 5 of them stick around. So what have we got? We've got Asher, Valentine, and Rex all out. Yeah. So I can't roll a d3 on this.
Oh, a D6 and halve it though.
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay. So, come here, dice. Yeah. 1, 2, Valentine. 3, 4, Rex. 5, 6, Asher. Valentine. This wolf is going to attack you with advantage because he's got his pack with him. It doesn't let me do that kind of stuff. All right, what do we get? 7 or... I'm just going to roll normal dice. I'm not going to do this anymore. 17 +4. All right, so it hits. 17 +4, 21.
Yeah, that does it, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So it lunges at you, tries to bite you, succeeds and does.
Does it get advantage? Because its friends are here as well.
Yeah, well, if at least one of the wolf's allies are within 5 feet, 5 feet. So it gets 7 points of piercing damage.
No, wowzer.
Yeah.
It's 50%, well, more than 50% dead.
And then as it sort of lunges at you to try and get you, I need you to make a strength save.
Okay.
Bless. Don't forget bless.
Yep. You click on that, I assume. So I get 19 plus.
Yeah, well done. Well over.
20.
Next wolf goes for number 3, which is Rex.
Doesn't get advantage
Doesn't?
because I'm wild hunt. So whilst I'm in dog form, no one gets advantage against me unless I'm incapacitated.
Oh, nice. All right.
Sweet.
So it rolls 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
God damn it.
Oh, does it get you?
Just.
All right.
That was so like emphatic.
And 9 plus 3 was its 9 plus 4 was it attack roll there. 3. It does 5 points of damage.
I can take that.
5 points of damage. That was 2. The third wolf goes for Asher. Rolls 6.
Hey.
Goes for Asher. And that is 16 to hit.
Nope.
All right. So number 4 goes for Valentine again. It's just pairing, going around the houses. Oh, that's a bad roll. 9, 13. No. And then the last one goes for Valentine again. So there's 3 wolves fighting you, Valentine. You are
They all
obviously
stood on top of each other in a trench coat.
yeah, there are. They can move around. if
I
Three
you
know.
want.
kobolds.
I'm only kidding. Like they're taking turns in like a little merry-go-round.
This one gets 21.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Their wolves roll better than I do.
It's making up for how terrible I was earlier.
Hmm.
This one does 6 points of piercing damage.
And that's me on the ground.
Oof. So you fail a strength throw, fall down. All right. That was the wolves. Orville.
Okay. Shoot me bow
Who-
again.
I didn't get a go. Is that
21
right?
to hit.
You're last. You're after Orville. Orville
Oh,
is
sorry.
6. You're
Sorry,
5.
sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. Are you? So there's 3 wolves fighting. Well, there's 3 wolves stood over Valentine, who's fallen down. 1 wolf fighting Asher and 1
Yeah,
wolf
I'll-
fighting Rex. So you're going to shoot
They're
one.
all full health, aren't they?
Yes.
So I'll attack one of the 3 on Valentine. I've done 10 damage.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, just writing that down. Cool. It like hurts. It doesn't kill it, but it definitely causes it considerable yapping and pain. Rex, there is a wolf fighting you.
Let's see how this goes then, shall we?
All right.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the end of my staff.
Okay.
So it looks like a flame-like radiance, and I'm going to start waving it around whilst growling and barking at them to intimidate them.
Oh, okay. Like
Just
piss off.
wildly waving it around whilst barking. This dog person standing on his back feet, on his hind legs.
Yeah. All right. Make a intimidation roll. You can have an advantage.
I'm good at intimidation.
Okay.
Roll. That will be a nat 20.
Wow.
Plus
Excellent.
5.
Like 25. Okay. So it's glowing staff, growling, looking like some sort of like strange hybrid wolf thing. Yeah, there is a flinch in the stuff. Where is Graham gone? He's gone. Okay.
I think it thinks he's dying, so he's out of this.
All right. Yeah, he is actually dying. Some sort of dying occurs. We'll roll a death save in a minute. Asher, whilst the wolf, we're waiting to see what the wolves are doing. You can see Rex, who's growling, waving this divinely bright stick about. Do you do anything? Do you just like hold for a moment?
I'll attempt to set off this bell again. I think this divine malodorous
Malodorous.
bellstone smell.
One of them's got an arrow sticking out of it. The other 4 do not.
Dolorous. There we go. That's the word. But yeah, I'll go for the one that's injured already.
Okay.
Attempt a bell at his face. Whiz 13. Save, please.
That is a 4. 3 plus 1. 4.
That is not a save. That is 4 points of damage.
Excellent. It falls over.
Yay!
Keels over, falls to its knees.
Can I stand over Valentine's body to kind of safeguard it?
Can we find out how much you're dying, please, Valentine?
I'm trying to see where the death saving throws are.
It's normally up near where your hit points are. When you set it to 0, it should.
Oh, okay.
You do that? Do you want to-
You do it like that. Okay, I'm just gonna take my hit points to 0. Here we go. Death saves.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to be anything to roll.
Is it not? You just roll a d20.
Yeah, there's a thing you can type in successes and fails, but there's no. I can't find anything to roll it.
Just roll a d20, and don't forget you're blessed.
Yes. So that's a pass anyway. So
Excellent.
I am 1 step towards.
Stabilization by yourself. Excellent.
Indeed.
All right. So the wolves, after one of them has died, the dire wolf has died, the sacrificial wolf that was sent in first has died.
Mission accomplished.
And now there is a chap who is waving around a big stick. And I use chap in the loosest form of wolfman. So yeah, they sort of look, And they are indeed going to flee because we had a lot of stuff going on there. So these 4 that are left are going to flee, which means Asher and Rex, if you want, and you don't have to, you can spend your reaction to make an opportunity attack, or you can just leave them so they can flee and go away. Because obviously, if you connect, there's every chance they'll stay and fight. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll carry on running.
No, I'm more concerned with the body at my feet.
Okay.
I'll dive down and attempt to like stabilize.
Okay. So you just like, fuck off or whatever. Be gone, beast.
Yeah.
What does Rex do with his crazy stick?
Making sure that they don't come back, and
So,
I'm not gonna attack any of them as they leave.
Okay. All right. So you
I don't want to provoke them
into staying. Orville, you see these wolves as they move away from your friends. You're like 30 foot up, just on the tree line kind of thing. These wolves begin running back across the clearing. They are pretty much at the clearing by the time it comes around to your turn, because they move. They move enough they dash and dash, move and dash even. They will get into the tree line, but you can, from where you are, just about to see where they are. If you wanted to do anything,
fly after them.
You want to fly after
I'm
them?
going to pursue them.
Okay, cool. So what's your speed? 30 foot?
Yep.
So you're going to move to try and keep up with them, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rex, they've gone, I assume you like maybe chase after them a little bit, a couple of feet to be like, or whatever. Yeah. But on your turn, do you want to do anything specific? Or do you just stay more over near Asher and the bleeding Valentine?
I am going to stay with Valentine, yeah. Plus, okay. I'm out of spell slots, unfortunately.
All right, cool.
If I manage to get back on my feet, I can do the second wind thing to heal myself.
Yes.
I just need to be up to do so.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll sort of split it into 2 halves. We'll work out what's going on while Orville flees after them. Asher and Rex, do you have medicine skills? Does anybody have Revivify or not Revivify?
No, I don't.
The thingy, the cantrip, stabilizing cantrip.
Spare the dying.
Spare the dying. That's it. Thank you.
I looked at it and I thought, no, I'll take something else that's completely useless.
Okay.
I've got proficiency in medicine.
Yeah, so you can make a medicine check to stabilize Valentine.
That's a 23.
Excellent.
Nice.
Easy.
Perfect.
Stabilized. No problem. Graham, roll 1d4. Let's see how long you're going to be out for.
Just 1 hour.
Yeah. Okay. So
minute. Is it hours?
It's an hour.
Minutes?
It's an hour when you stay. So all right. So we sort of put him into the recovery position, put some, pack the wounds, move out, like pour some water over to maybe clear out like whatever stuff was on the wolf's teeth, that kind of stuff. Clean him over, get him safe. Maybe after a moment or two, like move him so he can head back to where the mule is, and start a fire, get him warm. But you are completely confident in the fact that he's not going to die. He just is going to be a little bit out of it for a while. So while these folks are doing that, like how far is Orville going to chase these wolves? Because they can move 80 foot in a round if they move, because they've got a speed of 40. So eventually they're going to get away from you.
Yeah.
Unless you start
so I'm going to... Can I, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take pot shots at the furthest back one, I think.
You're going to take pot shots at the last one.
So I'm not actually dashing, I'm just flying and shooting.
Flying and shooting. All right, so I reckon before they get like out of vision at like, the woods and that kind of stuff, before you completely lose them and go too far away from your friends. Like we've already spotted a guy who's fallen down a cliff and died on his own. We don't want to get too far away.
Well, I'm flying. I'm not too bothered about it. I'm happy to pursue them as far as they can.
Well, that's the question. Like, how far away from your friends do you want to go? Because even within 3 rounds, that's 90 foot, and they're going to retreat back to the 100 or so foot where the mule is in order to stabilize Valentine. And there was the 30-foot clearing. So like the longer you sort of head off by yourself,
Yep. I'm just keep chasing wolves and shooting at them for as
Okay.
long as it takes,
as long as it takes.
even if I'm on my own.
All right, cool. All right, let's make 3 attack rolls for this first bit, I guess.
Okay. So 7 misses.
No.
You're
Not
still
bad.
blessed.
A 9, I'm assuming
yeah.
misses.
Yeah, you're still blessed, actually.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that. Well, I'll try the 9 and I'll do the. Oh my god, those are terrible attack rolls.
Mhm.
I'll do the 9. So the 9 becomes a 13. Does that hit?
13 will hit, yeah.
And then the last one was a 7, which with the D4 was an 8. So I'm assuming that misses.
No. So we get 1 hit.
So I got 1 hit,
Now we move 90 foot.
which does 7 damage.
Okay, it's not enough to kill him.
Yeah.
They keep fleeing. So what are we going to do here? All right. You can make. Let me see. All right. What is your passive perception?
It is 16.
16. All right. So at some point, like this pack of, what is it? 4 wolves. At some point, you lose track of one of them. Maybe it's split off. Maybe it's moved ahead. But at some point in this, like next 3 shots, you realize you've lost sight of them. So there's only 4 wolves still shooting at the back. 1 moving another 90 foot as we do it. Yeah, make 3 attacks.
Okay. So we can roll this. Oh my god.
What is
so
going
with
on?
the D4. Actually, does Bless have a range? It does, I
No,
think, doesn't it?
it just lasts a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So in that case, it was a 12 to hit with Bless.
It's not enough, unfortunately. No.
Oh well. These are impressively bad dice. That one's an 8 plus Bless is. I'm not even going to tell you, it's terrible. And then the
9.
third one.
Ooh.
Christ, this is my highest roll with a 12 plus 3, so 15 to hit.
Yeah, this hits.
Wow. That's 6 shots I've hit.
I mean, it's because you're running, you're
Impressive
flying
stuff.
along and moving.
Yeah, it's a hard shot. Mind you, that's an 11 damage, so that's quite
So
nice.
it is a good shot. This back
Hmm.
wolf, this like weakest of this small pack that is fleeing through the woods, dies after nearly 200 foot of chasing them, 180 foot into the woods.
Right.
180, 210, 240, maybe 500 foot away from your friends now out in the woodlands, this dead wolf on the floor. Do you want to continue after the other 3? Or
No,
is the...
presume they're leaving quite good tracks. That was the main objective, is to get them.
Yeah, I mean, they are just running.
running.
Like they're fleeing. So these other 2 that are left right now are, broken branches, feet in the dirt, that kind of stuff.
Screw it, let's kill them while it's still light. Go after them.
Okay.
It's the worst that can happen in the woods on my own.
Have you ever played the Witcher games? Because I would say Leshen.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Focusing, like trying, Ranger making a mental note of where this wolf went down, but still like moving along, taking a moment to sort of fly after them. Swinging around, it's just a forest, so it's not like clear paths. You have to like swing around a bit. Somewhere along the way, these 2 wolves split, and you just have this last wolf to sort of follow along. But you can make some shots at them as you go. I guess we'll do this sort of one at a time to find out like how much further into the woods you go, in case you.
Okay, so next shot is a 24 to hit.
That hits him.
And that does 10 damage.
All right, it's insufficient, but it does slow him down a bit.
A 12. I'm assuming I don't get blessed now. I'm assuming we're sort of past time.
Where are
No,
we?
that's that'll be worn out by now.
No, it would, yeah, because it's 10 rounds you'd get it for, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So no,
I mean,
unfortunately,
I've only taken 8 shots, but
8
we're moving
plus
in woodland,
the,
aren't we? So
Right
I'm
at the
assuming-
start.
yeah, the when it started,
No,
8.
I've taken 7 plus the start, but we're moving in out of woodland. I'm assuming it's over by now.
Plus you had
Assuming it's
the
not like
plus
one
you had
shot
the
and stuff.
round where you this
Yeah.
would actually be the last one because you'd have a round where you double move to catch up with them. 8 shots would be, so this would be, yeah. That
Okay, so if this
hits.
is the last one, that would be
No,
That
I
would
think
be
it has
50.
gone because it's not Matt's rounds, it's Dennis's rounds, isn't it? Because it
Yeah.
comes from him.
well, it was 12 to hit originally. Did that hit?
Yeah, that makes a hit, yeah. 15
Oh,
hits.
okay, that's a moved in. Right, grand. So damage is 5.
Yeah, it's sufficient to kill this wolf.
Oh, cool.
Or a wolf.
Yeah.
Can I still see the other one, or is that split
Uh,
off and run now?
Not with the passive perception and flying along. You'd possibly have to drop back down and walk along the trail to see where it's split off from the other one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, why not? Let's hunt it.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong? So I'll drop back down to the ground and I shall roll survival.
Yeah, we need a survival check to
20.
20. Okay. Let me just. Okay, so you drop back down, you follow it around on the floor for a little while, tracking back like some of this. How many shots did it take? 2. So trekking back this 60 feet to somewhere where they sort of split off. You sort of split off, and not you split off. You have already split off from your friendos. You move down. Oh, interesting. Move down, and as you move through, you see, like, you come to a point where the wolf has it stopped like a barreling off when it's become aware that you're not following it. You took the other dude. You can tell it's slowed, and you follow it around, and as you were expecting it maybe to just continue in sort of like a straight route to reach a place, go back to its den or whatever, and the sort of path it's been going breaks off in like it almost makes like a hard right and moves away from whatever's like whatever it knows of the territory, or whatever it's smelled, or whatever it's spotted that you don't know because you're tracking a wolf, kind of thing. As you take a moment and you stand there in the woodlands, you see up ahead there is like another clearing, like there's a rocky outcropping that reaches up out of the area, and on the floor is the front half of a horse.
Is that a scent or a tour?
It's the front half of a horse. So what would a reverse centaur be? If we had a horseman, a centaur, a horseman, I don't know. But yeah, the front half of a horse. So like the head, the front legs, but like the back and stuff looks like it's been ripped apart. Some bigger, wilder beast has had its way with it.
Okay, can I sneak? Oh no, actually, I'm wearing heavy armor. No, I'm not going to sneak. I am going to make a note of the position.
Okay.
And fly up into the air and fly back to everybody else.
Okay, so are you flying up above the tree line, and you're going to fly back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you fly up above the tree line. As you sort of rise up, this what is it? All right. So on top of this like outcropping that comes up to like the tree edge, the canopy, so to speak, you can see that there is some sort of nest. It's large. It's made with branches and twigs, and you're pretty sure there are like bones and tattered bits of
It's like down below the tree. I
animal
climb
skin and
immediately.
stuff in it. Yeah, but okay. I'm gonna just sort of half walk this back, make a note of where we are, and you like the ranger sort of ability to retrace your footsteps and get back to the clearing. So it's, probably Valentine's not going to wake up for another half hour or so before Orville returns. But in that half hour of 20 minutes after you've brought him back to the camp, do you set up? It's not camp, but where the mule is tethered. Do you folks sort of set up a fire? Are you like Rex is quite injured as well? Are we going to dress those wounds and clean them off? Do a little bit of medicine and make sure we don't.
Once I establish that they're okay, I'll go back and get the wolves I killed. Bring them back to the camp.
Yeah, so while you're looking at finding this and tracing this, these guys have got probably about 20 minutes because we took a little bit of a time to track. So before you return, I'm just trying to work out what Asher and Rex do with the unconscious Valentine and like this time if they want to do any, because they could pack up and go like if they were being vicious here. I don't think they will, but
No.
they could eat all the food on the mule. Like, quick, let's have a party.
We'll eat the mule.
Eat the mule, yeah. Orville's gone. He's gone. Let's eat his mule.
Our mule now.
Yeah. Life is harsh in the
18
Western
pounds of
Marches.
food plus the mule.
Yeah.
It's the laws of scavenging.
Yeah. I mean, Rex is a big shifter, man.
Yep.
Shifty. But yeah, shifty.
How's Valentine doing?
He's unconscious but stable. He'll wake up. I mean, obviously, we don't know how long it's going to be before he wakes up. But all right, Rex and Asher don't know he's going to wake up pretty soon. But he's like, he's breathing well. He's the bleeding's kind of backed off and stopped. We've put a dressing and that kind of stuff, a compress or whatever we've got, like dock leaves or something. I don't know.
Random bits of mud and twigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
It's all
patched him up.
nature. It'll be fine. It's homeopathy at its finest.
Yeah, homeopathy.
Get that nature in there.
Exactly. Yeah. Your nature. This is nature.
Yeah.
Here goes.
Yeah. So he is doing well, but he's resting, sleeping it off.
I'll probably gather back up at the like you said, at the tethered mule.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely stay with Valentine's body to kind of safeguard it.
I mean, you could just sit down and take a short rest if that's what you're.
Yeah, effectively, in effect.
Yeah. How about Rex? They're gonna just sit, short rest it out.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
And
And then
hit dice time.
if you want. Yeah. Put on the kettle. Boil some water. Hot drink. Biscuit. Everything will be right at the end of it. It's all good. And
if light activity is permitted, we'll start start dragging the wolves' bodies closer if that's permitted within the short rest time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to skin them, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. So I get preparing for that.
Yeah. Get your hunting knives out and that kind of stuff. I assume we've got something
Rex
like
is
that.
horrified.
Sorry, Rex.
Is there
I mean,
a moment
you
like
knew
where
what
you're
the
like,
job was.
yeah.
Savages.
But yeah,
This
after
was the mission. This is what we signed up for.
the dire wolf is going to take like, it's a 2-person job kind of thing. It's a large beast. It's a bit,
Yeah.
I guess, a bit like trying to skin. What would it be? What's a large, like a horse or a
Horse.
cow or something? It's like
A mule.
a bit bigger than a mule, I think. But once we've got like the fire going, we've put Valentine safe, put a blanket over him, that kind of stuff. Orville returns. You just made a note of where the bodies were? You just wanted to get back to make sure these folks hadn't been savaged by something else, right? Let them know also you're alive. Okay. So yeah, they're setting up. There's a fire going. Valentine is on a bedroll, and Asher is maybe in the clearing, kind of picking up one of the smaller wolves. Rex standing by, going, "Wait, we're actually going to skin them? What?" kind of thing.
Well, as soon as I'm happy they're okay and we're setting up for night, I'm just going to go back and get those wolves.
Okay. Sure. Head back, collect them up, maybe make a couple of trips so we're not sort of slowed in dragging these things around.
Yeah.
What did we get? 1, 2, was it 1, 2, 3, 4 wolves plus the dire wolf.
Yeah, that's what I counted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it more? I killed 2. One and a dire wolf.
And then we took 3 out following them. 2 of them split off and
I killed
vanished.
1 in the fight and 2 on my chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
4 in the
There
big
was
one,
there was a
isn't there?
dire wolf plus 6. 2 of them split off on the chase. 1 of them died in the clearing. The others died on the way. Yeah.
Like haiku.
It is. So yeah, we spend, and it takes a while. We bring them in. We spend some time trying to move things into a better place. Let me just find, because I know there are some rules in this giant Google Doc of things I have for this sort of stuff. Where are we? Nope. Okay. Okay, we've got 2 choices here. We can make intelligence nature check to sort of know how to skin them and know that kind of stuff, or we can make it a wisdom survival for the same sort. Like, have we done this practically a few times already? Do we know, like, have we been taught by that? Or intelligence nature, have we learned, like, rote sort of like, roll this over, do this like this, put this like that, this is the best option for doing this kind of stuff? What is our approach?
I mean,
we've
2
been
of us
doing-
have survival.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well with the survival.
Okay.
Am I awake?
Yeah, you're awake by now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me do my second win
Ooh,
thing
frozen.
for it, please.
You just do a short
You got a
rest. Save your
+4
second
on
win.
survival.
Yeah, you can.
Well, I get it back after a short rest, so I can do
Alright.
second wind and then short rest.
Mhm.
You roll a d10 plus 1. Hey, I get 11 hit points back. That's pretty cool,
Nice.
actually. Yeah.
So
That was
you wake up, you like, oh shit, I nearly died. Thanks for saving me, style stuff.
Indeed.
And
Okay.
find your friends have dragged a bunch of wolf carcasses.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can definitely do that and be useful.
Okay.
Are we making a roll, or do we just?
Yeah, it is a roll. Like there is a
Okay.
chance you could.
Mess it
I've
up.
got +4. So if you help me and I get advantage, that's a pretty decent. I think that's our best shot. You and I, the only ones with survival.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Trying to decide if I'd like to do something useful after having a sleep. But yeah, go for it.
well, I'm just thinking you've got +2, I've got +4. That's all.
I know, yeah.
Can we have guidance from the cleric? Does he have it?
Clarence does not have guidance.
I have guidance. I don't
cool.
want to take part in the skinning, but I also don't want them to be butchered. So I will give guidance to the ranger.
Okay.
In the hopes that he will treat these with some kind of
Reverence.
So I give you guidance.
Okay.
You have it.
Okay, so I got with advantage, I got an 18 +1, 19.
19. All right. So for we treat them in two separate things. So we've got the regular sized wolves, which will be like we know 1 level of DC, and then the dire wolves, the dire wolf, which is a bit bigger, a bit more of a job. We'll treat that as a separate one. So what did you start on? The wolves.
We'll start with the
dire?
the easy ones.
Okay, so we're just going to 19. Yeah, all right. So we spend, and it's why it's it's messy, it's hard work, but we managed to take the pelts off these 4 wolves. We roll them, we get them sort of tied up in twine, kind of thing, to get them back to the town in a reasonable condition. And then we've got the dire wolf.
So roll again.
Yep.
All the while I'm giving you guidance.
Excellent.
Guidance.
So that's a 20.
20.
24, and then I don't need to bother with the guidance, do I?
It's a nat 20.
Would have been 26 with the guidance.
All right, cool. Again, this is like, I mean, there's probably a moment where Orville has to like stand back and think, all right, okay, what are we doing here? How are we doing this? Because you'll need to call over like Valentine or an Asher to be like help me roll it this way while I keep this blade here, and your hunting knife kind of thing is not going to be up to it. There's like short swords out in this kind of thing because it's just huge kind of thing, like that kind of, it's like a large beast by comparison with what you normally and that kind of stuff, and taking the same sort of approach of that you did with the normal size wolves. This is a big thing, and yeah, so it's like a whole evening's worth of activity. By the end of it, like Valentine certainly feels like he's contributed for the the rolling over and the pushing. Asher's, I don't know, it's up to you, Dennis, how she feels about being probably covered in wolf blood sort of thing.
She is in her element.
Yeah, literally. Okay. And Rex, they are being very like, I don't think you're being like, the folks are being like reverent kind of thing, but there's a certain practical pragmatic, like they're not botching this is not disrespectful and horrible sort of moment.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to explain that you wanted us to do that, because I guess we wouldn't know.
I mean, like, unless he explains, like, you're not doing a shit job, so we rolled quite well. So you're not like wasting and botching it and messing it up. It's where, but you also, unless Rex says something, you're not doing a quiet word over them sort of thing.
Yeah, my rangers is sort of mumbling about the circle of life as we skin off a wolf.
I don't think I would draw a
Right,
line
Milton.
between like Rex and the wolves, because like Rex is obviously like a sentient being, and the wolves are like wild animals. So I don't think I would have like, unless it comes up in the future. I don't know if he would actually equate you as a. I don't know.
It just feels an affinity for them, and it's not his scene to be skinning. It'd be like you skinning a human.
Yeah,
That
weird,
that came out
yeah.
of a cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if you want to do that later, Rex. That's fine.
Okay. Sure. But yeah, we managed to take this dire wolf pelt. So we got the 4 wolf pelts, 1 dire wolf pelt. So we load this up onto like the mule. It doesn't push it to capacity, but it does, like, if volume wise, it takes up a lot of space, kind of thing.
Hefty.
Yeah, hefty. And it's up to you folks. I assume Rex would not want to eat wolf.
No.
Yeah.
But who would eat wolf?
I don't think it'd be a particularly nice meal. As
Very
my
stringy.
other end of that conversation.
Who eats a carnivore?
Yeah. And
We
we
have
also
goat anyway,
we also have goat
Ample
Now we're
goat.
talking.
and a bit of deer left, I believe.
and a bit of deer left. So we've got plenty
Now
rations.
we're talking.
Kind of
In
stuff.
fact, while these guys are doing this, I've got the mess kit out because I'm carrying a mess kit and I'm just folding it out, and it's got like a little pan attached to it, and I'm just cutting strips of smoked meat and cooking it.
Oh, you're gonna make some sort of like fry up stew sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah,
Full
I'd take
Faerunian.
I'd take 4 pounds of rations off the collective lump. So
Okay.
none of you guys need to use yours.
All right. Cool. We use our deer and stuff before it expires. Chuck in a bit of goat and that kind of thing.
What's left is being smoked, so it should last a good few days.
Yeah.
You know, like made into jerky.
Make some of it into jerky. Yeah. Spend the evening doing that.
Venison
Goat
jerky.
jerky. Yum, yum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's 100% a good idea, because we're basically making tasty food right in the middle of wolf territory.
Fine,
Wolfland.
we can
That's,
handle the wolves.
that's turned us into the bait.
I'll
With
eat it
just a
raw.
bloodbath going on nearby, I think if there's anything hungry, it's going to come for us.
Yeah.
It'll be a very coppery smell around.
Yeah.
So that's the other end. Do
have
we
we got
make
time?
camp here, or are we going to move off to somewhere else?
We should. I mean, what time of the day is it?
It's like getting into early evening now. You've got time to, like, the question, like, if you want to march somewhere, like cover a big distance, you're probably going to need to make some constitution checks because we've had a full day of activity. If you just want to move a bit, like, you know, a mile or so away, you should be fine.
We'll try and get out of the woods at least.
That'd take a couple of hours of walking. You'd need some con checks to do that, to get out of the woods.
Probably at least want to get a bit of a clearing, like put some distance between the carnage and us, I would think, at the very least. But I don't know if we want to go into con saves.
I'll leave that up to you. I wouldn't actually make one, from being like part of my background lets me march twice as long. So it doesn't matter to me. So you guys should make the choice.
I'm okay with con saves as well, so it's up to you two.
I'm pretty decent at con saves, so it's perfectly doable.
I'm not in favour of marching in the middle of the night to try and find somewhere. I actually think let's use the site of carnage as bait and see if anything turns up. If the wolves come back, I mean, I can't see they will do, but if the wolves do come back to
A zombie wolf.
you know, feast on their brethren,
Undead
get some more.
wolves.
An ogre wolf and a very dire wolf. I don't mind. I mean,
A very
guess
dire wolf.
yeah, if those guys want to march off, then we should march off. So
I'd rather have a bath and make sure I don't smell for the next kind of ambush.
You
Where are
want
we
to
I didn't
having a
make camp a
bath?
couple 100 meters away. There's a stream nearby.
go and have a cold bath?
Yeah, why not?
yeah, well, like I know you want to take a bath, but if they want to do the march thing, then let's do the march thing.
Yeah,
That's-
that's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
You can fly.
Can fly.
You can fly.
Okay.
Scout
we-
ahead.
So we move a couple of miles, like just as part of our move, like before we get to, like, we've been active too long to do this. After about 4 miles, like we can feel the edge of fatigue sort of fit in. We know, because Orville sort of track where he's been and keep a rough memory. We could march for 4 hours at a normal pace and get back to that first campsite we made if we wanted. That would be 4 con saves to get back to where the ledge was. We found the dead body. We made that camp right on the edge of the woods. would take us like 4 hours at a normal pace. If we picked up the pace and went quickly, it'd only probably take about 2 and a bit. Obviously, the implications of doing it quickly is we're not going to be able to keep a watch and keep an eye out as easy.
How dark is it now?
It's not completely dark, but it is starting to get dark. But Valentine's the only one who sort of has
Needs
a
the
concern.
torch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
needs a light.
I think wandering through the woods in the night is a bad plan. I'd rather make. I mean, we're 4 miles away now. I'd make
Yeah.
camp here if it was me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, camp sounds good.
Yep.
Cool. So we move away. We start to set up our camp. Are we setting a fire? Are we doing like full sort of warmth and tents and stuff?
Is it a cold night? Oh, it's snowing, isn't it?
It was snowing. It
Yeah.
was snowing yesterday. It's been raining most of today. Not like a heavy rain, but still a light rain. You are wet. It will not be a nice night's sleep if we don't set a camp, don't set a fire. But you don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, it sounds like we should if we're all wet and etc.
Yeah.
etc. Then, besides, it might scare off the critters as well.
Keeps the critters at bay, doesn't it? Yeah.
Plus,
Okay.
it provides a bit of light for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we set a fire. We tie up the mule. We put our tents and our bedrolls out. We set some watches.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I will say before we start the watches, Asha will quickly ritually cast
Mhm.
purify food and drink on all the food we've been gathering.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
Just to
make sure it doesn't
make sure it's clear of any
spoil.
poisons and diseases and
Excellent.
that kind of stuff.
Excellent. You could gather up some, like, just, refill your water skins and then cast it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Excellent. Cool.
Very
We setting a
useful spell
watch?
for the wilderness.
It
Yeah,
is
I
a
think so.
really
Yeah.
good smell.
Yeah. Should we go for the same routine with watches?
Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah. Also, like, do you want to let Valentine sleep, or do you want to let Rex sleep because they both nearly died? Or we all happy we're going to be fine?
Oh, I'm okay.
I'm
You're
okay.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Same sort of question. Are you just going to rely on your passive perception? Or are you going to have to make an active watch, Asha?
Active watch, definitely.
All right. Cool. Let's make a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Who's rolling perception?
Asha was rolling perception for her watch. All right. Yeah. You wander around. You check out the area. It's not as nice a spot as your original campsite, but it's a good one. And it's all clean, all safe.
Hey,
In the distance, you're pretty sure you hear like a big eagle or something, like a call. But it's it's a number of miles away.
Or a 3-letter bird.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you possibly in the very far distance maybe hear like some wolves unhappy about the situation.
Complaining.
Yeah, complaining via a howl.
The
kind of
wolf equivalent of an angry letter to the editor.
Yeah. Oh, it's just wolf Twitter. They're all like, you never guess what happened today. Kevin's dead. That's what's happening there. But
Kevin from
nothing.
accounts.
Yeah, Kevin from accounts is dead.
Oh, big Kevin.
Yeah, big Kevin. Yeah, and that sort of conversation is obviously going on with the wolves, but you don't speak wolf, so it just sounds like grumpy wolves.
Rex is too tired to howl.
Okay, you wake up. Pardon? I don't know. Wolf, beast speech. Yeah. I don't know. We killed it, so we can't ask.
I mean, we could go back and look for its diary.
Yeah, okay. Let's go and look for the wolf diary. All right, cool. So, Asha, who do you wake up? Sorry.
Same order. I will use my thaumaturgy to make a little noise go off at Orville's face
All right.
and hopefully startle him awake.
Blah. Like the okay, cool. What's that? 16? Sure. We sit up there, we, push our back up against the trunk of a tree because that'll keep a little bit of the warmth in, kind of thing. We sit off away. And we sit, you look out into the distance. That light from the other night is not there. Whatever that was, it's gone out. As we sit there and the rain slowly stops, the weather sort of clears off. We listen out for things in the dark. But yeah, folks might be right. This fire is obviously keeping some of the smaller critters away, and I don't know, it's dark. You're not sure, but you definitely see something big flying over where you left all that meat out, kind of thing. Like something's found it. Yeah, definitely something's found it. But nothing has found you folks. You wake Rex and Valentine. There you go.
Cool. Are we gonna tour the campsite like last time then?
Yes. No howling this time though.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think Valentine will be a little bit curious and ask what brought you to the West Marches while we're wandering around looking for things that wish to eat us.
Who, Rex?
Yeah.
He says, I don't know, just went for a wander, lost my ball, and kind of kept walking, and here I am.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Nice.
I don't actually remember much from not so long ago.
Is that like a recent thing, or is that like, in 6 months you won't remember this?
Rex looks a bit. Rex like searches himself, and he says, "Can't remember."
I just sort of like pat you on the arm and say, fair enough then, and like change the subject.
What are our passive perceptions?
Oh, I'm definitely making an active.
Oh, okay. Sure.
In fact, do you have perception, Rex?
I've got passive 12, but I'm +2 perception. I'll be sniffing the air, considering what's been happening.
What do I get? Hey, I'm obviously engrossed in conversation and paying no attention to anything else.
What did you get? I'm not looking at
I got a 1 + 2 to make a 3.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay. So yeah, there's a little bit of chatter that's perhaps distracting us. When you finally return to like camp, the mule is there where you tied them up, but there's a goat next to it. Like goat is just there, just being like, "Sup, I'm going to eat this grass," kind of thing.
I mean, fair enough. Well, we went down memory lane instead of Perception Avenue. Got a free goat.
I mean, the goat's not staying, but it has found like probably mule food and stuff around. It's going to take advantage of that. It's not. No, it is stupid, but it's not giving up an easy meal. And yes, sun rises. It is, a lovely morning. You can see blue through the canopy up above. There is no rain. It's nice.
Huzzah.
Yeah, it's a nice day. What's the plan? Are we gonna head back to Swampass?
Well, we said the mule's nearly full, right? It was
Yeah,
to capacity.
It's not to capacity. But like, let's not volume. Like, it
knees
can
trembling.
take more weight. Can take more weight because it's nowhere near 420 pounds. I don't think. But also, a dire wolf skin is not a small thing.
Yeah.
And the mule is a medium creature. So more is going to be like, it's going to look like that sort of thing where you have to strap bungee cords around it to keep everything on, and it's going to look like it's got a small house on the back. So it's not like mechanically overladen in any way, but physical shape of things are
It's
filling up the space kind of thing.
I think it's about time to go return to the Pass of Swans.
Yeah, unless we probably can't carry very much ourselves because everyone's kind of like
I
topped
can't.
out, and the mule's got no more space. So yeah, I'm okay for heading back as well.
Okay. All right. So we break camp. We turn around. Are we just going to go at a normal pace? We're not in any rush to get anywhere. We're just going to.
I don't think so.
Keep moving.
Yeah, play it safe, but also
we got provisions, right? So we should be good.
You're on mute, by the way, Matt. But yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
That's true.
Plenty of food. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we can hustle.
Might just be on the edge. Like you might have to push through to just get to the edge of it. But yeah, you could almost get there in a day if we hustle. So we're giving up on foraging because we've got plenty of food. We're not tracking anything, so we don't need to move like that. All we really need to do is make a navigation check, or 2 navigation checks to make sure we're heading the right way.
Who's the navigator?
Yeah, who's going to navigate?
A resident ranger?
Yeah, wisdom survival. Yeah, if folks are down for that, you can have some advantage and some guidance.
Yes, I'll definitely drop a guidance.
Okay, so first half of the day, marching as fast as we can. Actually, yeah, 32 miles. Yeah, full like a full day of fast walking, fast travel would get us home. Yeah, okay. On track there. Second half of the day, let's have another navigation. 17. Cool. Yeah, still managed to make it. So just like a full exhausting day of travel, past stuff, through things, avoiding. Is that not where we found that snake kind of thing? Sort of walk. Find that snake that avoided that Toll the Dead.
The wisest snake in the West. We can make a story of it.
Yeah. And I think I'm right. Like at the end of the 4th day of being out, we returned to Swan Pass with our wolf pelts and a story or 2 to tell. And perhaps like something big. Things get big in those woods. Because Orville saw a big nest and half a horse as well. She might not have mentioned to you. I don't know whether he's mentioned that on the book. Big thing eating horse. But yeah, we returned to Swan Pass. Okay, cool. And we head to see Nine, our dwarven friend, who is going to give us our dwarven merchant. He's going to give you right. So straight up, he what have we got? 4, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So straight up, he offers you 15 silvers. Like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 silver.
No. What? Nice try, but no.
That's the agreed bounty, right? 3 silver a wolf pelt. That 1, 2, 3.
That's not really a wolf pelt now, is it?
Oh.
Nice try. Try again.
It's not really a wolf pelt, so that's just 4, 3, 6, 9, 12.
Try again.
Sure.
Yeah.
10 G's.
10 G's.
Like he does laugh, like genuine hearty laugh. Like, no. I don't even have 10 gold in my safe, let alone.
I mean, it's got to be worth double, yeah. It's like at least twice the size.
Can I make a quick insight check at that statement of I don't even have 10 gold?
Yeah, sure.
Is it
Just-
possible to offer advantage for that? 'Cause if so, I will. I don't know if that's actually doable in a
I
real
don't
world.
think that would be possible because you'd have to be like, no, look at him, he's like that kind of stuff. So
Only rolled a 9, I'm afraid.
probably accurate. Like to give him credit, a lot of what he has is in goods. Like he does
Sure.
have like a number of warehouses. Like there's like stuff he's bringing in. Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
there. There's stuff he still like retails, but then he'll also send money back to the consortium, like his boss's consortium kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they'll ship in more stuff. He can sell to you, he can sell to other people, he can then, trade like so. He probably never really has that much physical gold on site, if we're being honest to 9.
That's fair.
Almost just like a barter town then.
Not necessarily a barter town, but 9 is definitely doing a big chunk of commerce. Like he's got more in goods than he does in cash, with the hope that soon he will start accruing wealth and value and stuff. Like he's here for the long haul, so he's not like splashing cash and that kind of stuff. He's making investments in getting this in and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he looks at you like he's realized it's not an easy mark, and he's not just going to be able to get away with giving you the 3 silver for this pelt. He gets you to like open it out, like it's not just rolled over like some tent or something to make it look like a fat pelt kind of thing. And he looks over it, gives a bit of a whistle. As you folks this is essentially like 4 times the amount of pelt. This is, you could get as much wolf skin from this, and it's much thicker and that kind of stuff. So he looks over it and he's like, all right, 12 silver, 3 silver each for the regular ones, for these regular ones, and then 10 for this big one. So 25 silver, 25 silver altogether.
10 doesn't divide by 4 that easily. Make it 12 at least.
All right, somebody needs to start making a persuasion check.
Are
Who
we?
wants to do that?
Is he in is this a shop, or is it just a dude standing in a corner?
No, this is the shop. This is the guy who offered the bounty on the wolf skins.
What's in this shop? I'll look around. What do I see?
He has the most stuff that would be available on like the general adventuring equipment. Anything over, let me see, a certain amount he doesn't have, and he has to send down river for. Anything over 25 gold
True.
in the player's handbook, he literally has to send down river for, and may take a while to come back up.
Sorry, anything over what?
25 gold.
Okay.
So if it's not like, it's more like a desk in the front of a warehouse, but he does have stuff all around. He's got like a chalkboard with like prices and things up hanging above. He's got ledgers and bits and pieces around. You can hear folks in the back, like probably moving goods and stock around, loading boats and things that are going to go off from the docks. But yeah, he'll offer you for everything 25 silver pieces.
Will he buy the stuff that we brought some other stuff back, didn't we? Like some more rope and stuff off that guy we found?
Oh, like the dead stuff?
Yeah.
Unless you're going to take some time to like fancy it up, mend it up, he's going to offer you like a quarter of the listed price. So if it was a gold, he'd offer you like, what would that be? 3 silver kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it's cleaned and tidied up, he'd offer you half price. So he'd offer you 5 silver instead of 3.
What was on the list of stuff that we found? I
I
think there was some rope,
rope,
some
rations,
which we can keep, to be fair.
torches, and a backpack.
I mean, to be fair, we can probably just keep that. I mean, does everybody have rope?
I do, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. You can give some
I don't
rope
need.
to
I don't
Smells.
need rope.
Rope is for losers who can't climb. If someone, so we're trying to get him to up it to, I think somebody said 30 silver rounded up. So if we want him to up it, and that's a hefty lift.
Is it a busy town that we're in? Is it?
No, it's
Is it a backwater with like
it's a
population 9?
There's I think about 300 people here.
we're the frontier, aren't we?
Yeah, but it is a frontier. Yeah, it's the edge of the Western Marches. So like most of the folks are frontier people, like relatives of the logger camp further up the stream, folks like yourself who've come for adventures, folks like 9 who are here to make money themselves, folks who are working on this like little dock to send the stuff that's out. There's a couple of folks who have come here, like there's a dude in the local church who's like, yeah, this is great, I want to learn all the things about the wilderness. And there's a gnome in a pub who fucking hates it here. But aside from that, it's not a particularly big cosmopolitan town. It's like a frontier town, sort of thing.
All right, so Rex is going to say, look, we want to do business. You want to do business. You want some fresh merchandise. If you want us to have some kind of long-term relationship, for trading, then you're going to have to make it worth our while. Otherwise, we might as well give stuff for free to the people of this town. It's a frontier town. I'm sure they need it more than you do.
All right, yeah, make a persuasion roll.
If I use my thaumaturgy for sound effects,
Like,
can he roll?
make the sound of money chinkle behind the roll and that kind of stuff. All right.
11.
He he does that. He strokes his beard, sucks his teeth.
Hold on. Favored by the gods.
Oh, okay. We're gonna.
I am going to add 2d4 to that.
Okay.
I'm not actually that good at bartering, so I'm just inwardly like hoping that Torm will give me enough.
With Torm.
So +6, 17.
Ah.
All right. So
Decent.
he strokes his beard. He sucks his teeth. He thinks on it. There is obviously at some point a little something that gears spin in the back of his head, and he's like, all right, we'll push to 30 silver, like and he points at Orville, like your friend once. But if you come back with more of these big wolf pelts, you bring them to me first. If I find out you're giving anything to anybody else, that's it. I'll up the bounties for everybody else except you folks. And he looks at you like, I remember your faces. If you go anywhere else, this deal is you're dead to me. And that goes with trade as well. No buying from me. You have to buy secondhand. And he gives you
Rex's nostrils flare
Yeah.
at this blatant, and he looks to his friends. How are his friends reacting?
It seems fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
he's giving us what we want, but he's not
All right.
letting us use him like a chump.
Okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean,
Through-
he hasn't. Like, if we bring more of these, he's going to buy them for the price we want to sell them.
Through gritted fangs, Rex says, 30 silver it is. Nice doing business with you.
Yeah. And he chinks a load of silver on the desk and is like, you all right, buddy? Do you need something to eat? Yeah. You okay?
Have you got something to eat? What have you got?
I don't know. He's got some dwarf biscuit or something he shares with you. There you go. Have a snack. Have a Snickers.
It catches it midair, doesn't even touch the sides.
And so yeah, he gives you the silver over. Works out at
That's
seven and a half each. 7 silver, 5 copper
5
each.
copper. Yeah.
Plus you get to keep the stinky rope or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll take get a ration each as well, don't we?
Probably, yeah.
Because from the guy we took the rations.
Oh yeah, from that stuff as well. Yeah, you can get a ration.
Which, to be fair, they're like half a gold each. So
yeah, it's not inconsiderable.
Yeah, those are excellent.
So you have at your disposal 3 days. Is it? Yeah, we're in. So you got 3 days of stuff in Swan Pass if you want. You can just rest, revel, or religious service your way through that. But as it is quite late, we don't need to cover that. What did we get here? Let me work out some XPs because I found the sheet from earlier.
Just a side note, Matt, can you still hear us? Are you still there with us? I know you're muted, but can you type?
I think he's saying he keeps dropping in and out.
Okay. All right. Well. All right. Okay. Cool. Well. Based on everything, and the combat, you each get 325 XP, and yeah, we can retire to chat via Discord for anything else we need.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on not completely dying.
Yay!